The world is full of wonders.
Magic is waiting in small moments.
And monsters might be watching, just out of sight.
But if you're looking to find them,
adventure is waiting to happen.
You never know who you'll meet along the way.
We are the Storyteller Squad. Hello, adventurers. Welcome back to the Storyteller Squad. Thanks for joining us for more Monster of the Week. Before we begin, let's check in with our heroes.
You know, I don't know what's in store for us, but I do have a sneaking suspicion that my family just got a lot bigger. I'm Raven Eugenia.
Dang, did y'all have those deviled eggs? They were absolutely incredible. It's nice to have more scaly folks around here. I'm Ray Ray.
It's been wonderful seeing my entire family. Having everyone together like this fills me with so much joy, even though no one calls me anymore. I'm Maylin.
Younger siblings tend to get under my scales, especially when they take things from my mountain without asking. Hopefully, this one will be better behaved. I'm Zell.
Man, I get the feeling we're going somewhere exciting next. I'm Kiri.
I still feel pretty bad about what I did to that toilet, but I think we're going to be okay. I'm Paul Bunyan.
I really got to get this Immaculate Conception thing under control. I'm Aidan Brightwood. Let's have an adventure. Last time, we joined Aidan and Raven as they hosted several of their family, friends, and soon-to-be family from across time and the world, a significant number of them dragons, joined together to celebrate Lark and Jay's engagement and catch up after many, many years apart. After sharing a meal, Aidan, Raven, and their guests discussed the unexplained arrival of a new type of spirit in the world. This creature, they deduced, was in fact a young dragon, a creature traveling the world and leading to Aidan's other siblings, creating a bunch of hellmouth incursions near global cities. Using a device created in order to track down dragons and their locations in the world, they determined that this dragon must be hopping from city to city across the globe via the internet wires and signals. And it was determined that this creature is, in some way, magically tied to Raven and Aidan. We need to catch this questing beast. We will pick up at Aidan and Raven's apartment as you all are sitting outside at the table on their deck, right where we left off. So, you guys need to track down this dragon. Does anyone have any ideas on how you might achieve this?
After years of caring for younglings, little dragon babies, I think Maylin wants to bring just a glut of the most delicious little treats to try and, coax it out.
I like this idea. Okay.
Like special dragon treats.
Do you think maybe Maylin is, rushing to bake some of these special dragon treats?
She's horrible in the kitchen, so she has people who do that for her.
I mean, I can make some protein pancakes if you want.
Looks at Kiri, holds up a finger. No.
But
last time you almost burned down my entire castle.
But the cupcakes were delicious.
Was it worth it?
You prepared things. It was fine.
If Zell will watch you, then yes.
Yes!
We can always switch to a no-bake recipe. I know plenty. No-bake cheesecakes, no-bake pumpkin pies, no-bake baked chicken.
Let me guess, it uses cashews and it's vegan.
No, it's raw.
Yeah, no baked chicken, that's just a chicken, right?
Last time I checked, I don't know what it's like where you're from.
Zell or Kiri, one of you roll act under pressure.
To cook?
To cook.
All right.
We got to see how enticing these treats are going to be for a baby dragon.
I feel like Zell should do it because she's taking the lead on the no-bake treats.
Sure.
All right.
Can Maylin help out? Can I use the help out action?
I want to let Kiri help out if anyone's going to help out, since you sort of delegated and sent them into the kitchen to do it.
Cool. Okay.
Okay. +3 because I'm so cool.
So cool.
11 +3.
14.
Whoa!
Ooh. How do I roll to help out? Is it 2d6 and then...
You would roll 2d6. We don't really need it since Zell has done so well. But if you want to describe flavor-wise how you're helping out, that's totally fine.
Oh, yay!
What have you guys concocted?
I imagine it would be kind of like the slightly undercooked chicken version of a beef Wellington. Perfectly flaky. There's a couple side pieces. No bit of the chicken was left unused. There's like some broth left off to the side. And then Carrie has been like chopping vegetables, but in a sort of Studio Ghibli, montage sort of way. It all looks perfectly cut. Like you could just reach out and eat it. But if anyone does, Zell just snaps at them.
See, Malin, I can be trusted with knives.
Yes, it is also quite early in the process.
Ugh.
Focus. You're doing wonderful.
Such little faith.
All right, amazing.
I think Paul is coming at this dragon conundrum from his history as a hunter. I don't think he's actually hunted one down by any means or has actually had to track one before, but he had this just in case.
Yep.
Being in mixed company now, he feels awkward about he actually has a device that tracks dragons.
I was going to add this little bit of lore as description in the last episode, but I love the idea that Paul developed this after hearing about the one dragon that went bad.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We sort of alluded to it with everyone's scars that the dragons all have after fighting their sibling that got corrupted. But I love the idea that this was just a thing he cooked up after he heard wait, they can get corrupted? Ooh, well, just in case.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely Batmaning this out of having a contingency plan. So what I would love to know is, yes, I've never tracked one down before, but I'm sure I've read a little bit about how dragons are tracked down. I have a direction, but actually how do we close the distance? And I was wondering if I'd be able to use my move. I've read about this sort of thing.
Oh, yeah. Does that require a roll or is it a...
It does require a roll. I use cool instead of... Oh, actually, no, that's an act under pressure thing. So maybe I can keep working on what I want to do with that. Unless you want me to just roll investigate a mystery or something like that.
Oh, it happens if you act under pressure is the thing?
Yeah, I can use sharp instead of cool when I act under pressure. I did not read the rest of that. I apologize.
No worries. I love the flavor attempt of it.
Yeah.
I would say investigate a mystery. We can say you pull some books out of your bag or, wherever you're keeping stuff and we will have you try and figure out how does one capture an elusive spirit.
Cool. 2d6 plus 3. That's a 7 plus 3, 10.
Okay, full success. You can ask as many questions as the hold allows for you.
In that case, I would love to know, we have dragons on our team right now who can probably very easily keep up with a dragon or close that distance. How could someone like myself or like Ray Ray handle a dragon if things do go worse for wear?
In terms of locating a dragon, I think you would know, or maybe you could ask one of the dragons. We'll say it's Jay, but he would say it is generally a reliable measure when seeking out a dragon to seek them in their domain. All of us have a region of the world that we call home and protect. This new dragon, however, I checked the records in Sovnweald and there was no new listed station for a dragon's region being added. So I'm not sure where it actually belongs or is tied to.
How is something like that tracked? Is it all voluntary, needs to be submitted, or can this dragon have perhaps set up their own lair and even have a horde somewhere that we would have to find?
There is an orrery in the royal palace which denotes the dragons and their areas of influence. It is sort of a magical monitoring device. This dragon should show up on it, but it does not, implying that its domain does not register in Sovnwield's tools for measuring that sort of thing. As far as tracking it, your device, this compass, is probably our best tool so far.
Yeah, I've already checked TikTok and Twitch, and somehow searching runaway bat dragon didn't really give me the results I wanted.
Oh no!
Be sure that safe search is off. That may help.
Well, I'm going to keep on tuning up this little tracker.
Raven, as our little smarty pants goth agent, do you want to investigate this mystery?
Sure. That's a 13 for investigate a mystery.
Damn. Is it advanced for you or no?
No.
Okay.
I did have this idea of calling up Prithee kind of off the books, like this is not for a work thing, but have you heard about any disturbances anywhere in the world that this might be connected to?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if they'd be able to check on that. I am very curious about, we talked about this baby dragon is traveling so quickly through like the internet?
Or power lines.
Yeah. I think Raven's starting to wonder if maybe their domain isn't in like a physical space. You know, it's not a region of the world on the globe, but maybe it is more like larger. Is it through electricity and the internet instead of being like a section of the world, potentially?
So you're asking like what its domain might be?
Yeah. If the idea is you have to go to their domain to find them, I think we need to figure out where their domain is.
I love that you are describing it as a bigger concept than a region of the world, because that is such a fun way to think about it. You know, and Aidan has told you that like she's been chasing this thing around different cities.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to roleplay it out, but if you ask Prithee, like, yeah, there are reports of these incursions, which are the aftermath of this dragon's presence in the city, which is the demonlords trying to get after it. And that's been reported across the globe, but always in these like metropolitan centers.
Mm-hmm.
It might be a domain that is bigger than a region, but smaller than a region, in that this dragon's domain might just be human cities and metropoli.
Mm-hmm.
That this dragon's area that it seems to belong and be drawn to are major urban centers, regardless of where they are, thanks to the interconnectivity of the world at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So you think that is a solid guess based on a pattern you're observing?
Yeah. And by the time we're seeing these disturbances, the dragon has kind of already ran off to the next one.
Tends to have fled, yeah.
Okay. Can we kind of look at where it's been so far and see if there's a pattern? Are they like traveling and like hitting cities in a specific order? Could we maybe try to predict what the next one is? Or is it random and they're like popping up all over the globe?
I think if you use your agency files that you can get from Prithee, like they're happy to send you a model that sort of tracks when things came in and timing them and saying like, this happened here, this happened here, this happened here. It does seem somewhat random. Aidan can point to Boston and then Chicago and then San Francisco and then Phoenix, where like she sort of chased the baby dragon east to west across the country and then south. And then after that, it manifested somewhere in Kyoto. And then after that, there was a report of an incident in Kiev, then over to London and then Berlin and Madrid. It's just sort of traveling all over. In some cases in a very linear way. In some cases, it's a big hopscotch jump somewhere completely else.
Can I use my other hold to find out if there is anything that is preceding this dragon, like being in a city? Is it chasing something? Is something happening in these cities that it's causing it to go there?
Yeah, let's see. What would you be able to determine? Well, you're a hunter. I think maybe, Paul, you could observe that the dragon seems to, in most cases, travel to areas of least resistance, almost like an electrical current. This dragon is traveling along well-established connections between human civilizations. Seemingly, Aidan can say, at least from her experience, it always leaves because it's chased out. But as far as where it goes to next is a little unpredictable, other than it usually sticks to like the most major connecting throughway. I think notably, you would see that like it hasn't returned to the East Coast of North America since it ended up there in Boston and then left. So there is sort of a chance in terms of like the RNG of how many cities in the world this thing has gone to that like maybe it's headed back there soon. But as far as like a thing to draw it there, maybe Malin's goodies would be a solid way to locate it if you could find somewhere where it was headed.
I'm checking my Pokedex to see where these random encounter Pokemon are showing up.
Yeah.
You know, it seems like it hasn't shown up on the eastern seaboard in a while. Does anybody have any ties to those locations? Well, I guess Ray, you probably do.
Kinda, I guess. This thing ain't gonna, like, hurt anything, right?
It has a better shot of not hurting something if we're there.
At this point, Aidan's phone rings, and she gets a call from someone that you know, Raven, and actually someone that you know, Ray. Agent Hillary Ross. And over the phone, our favorite undead sword-wielding Eastie agent says to Aidan,
Brightwood, are you aware of what's happening in New York?
"Hey Ross, what's going on?"
Another incursion. Spiegel and I are on site, but it looks bad, Aidan. Worse than Boston.
And our camera will briefly switch over to New York, where we see Hillary Ross and her partner Max Spiegel. The two of them are standing on the edge of a bridge, watching as a massive flock of what one could initially mistake for pigeons, but are in fact small winged demon spawn, a swarm of slua, are gathering in a massive writhing cloud as surges of demonic energy begin to jump between them as sparks of red lightning. Aidan asks,
What about the city grid? Have there been any surges or blackouts yet? Not so far, but your family is definitely making a play. Try to pinpoint the incursion site. If the city is about to go dark, it might help to have some light around. Get out here as soon as you can.
I'll be there.
Be fast. I can't say why, but somehow this one feels more like your fault than usual, which is bound to be trouble.
And Ross hangs up.
Wow. I mean, she's right, but also, wow.
Listen, she's been your coworker now for 2 years, and this is after a year of hearing about your exploits in the world.
It's true.
She knows.
Yeah.
Aidan will turn to look at all of you, and she says,
The dragon is in New York. We might have a chance to catch it if we move fast.
We should go. Can you bring all of us?
How's the weather in New York right now? Because
It is late October.
Can I roll to see if I have a jacket for Ray Ray?
Please roll preparedness for a jacket.
Thank you. Yep, that's an 11.
Amazing.
Ray Ray, I got you. I don't need it. I got a coat. You're good. And I hand him like a big puffer jacket that has like fur coming out of the bottom, the sleeves, the hood.
thanks, buddy. I probably need like 13 more, but yeah, let's go see New York.
Big bison man, big alligator man, lock arms, predator handshake style.
Same coat size.
Mm-hmm. Malin takes all of this in, shaking her head. What if it decides to leave? What if it jumps and goes somewhere else? Shouldn't we be prepared? Isn't there waves that perhaps we should be organizing to try and catch this little thing?
If we can get close enough, I think maybe having some dragons nearby would calm it down. You said it yourself. You've had the most experience with dragon younglings.
She blushes, and you can tell if she were in her dragon form, her little feathers would be fluffy around her shoulders. Lead on. I will bring up the rear in case you need my expertise.
Aidan will get in her agency gear and do a quick change while Zell and Kiri finish the no-bake bakes.
Yeah, Raven will suit up. She is not about to teleport to New York in her cute little party dress.
Yeah.
Agency gear it is.
There's at least 3 minutes of Malin taking both of you in your outfits and telling you how smart and sharp you look and how proud she is. With absolutely no caution of how much time she is taking.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
No, I'm fine. It's just really fitted is all.
Yes, you could have more snacks though.
I don't really eat. This is just how I am.
Malin, doesn't Ray Ray look good in my coat?
Ray Ray, you do look good in that coat. It's not going to be enough. It's so fucking cold in New York. You'll be all right, though. You'll be among dragons. We're warm-ish.
I've been up to Tennessee. Is it colder than Tennessee?
Before we leave, Raven's gonna grab some of their winter gear and just wrap a scarf around Ray Ray and hand out some hats and just some cold weather gear for everybody.
Guys, it's autumn. It's not even cold yet. What are you doing?
With your bait and your warm weather gear, Aidan slips on her maroon leather coat and will hold out hands to everyone and say, "Let's do this. Hands in."
Whew, here we go.
Gosh, this is a lot of people she is teleporting at once.
Mm-hmm.
Mothgirl's still here, and Lark and Jay, and Silverheart.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, they're all just kind of standing in a corner watching, huh?
To quickly describe them getting ready, I think Coraline just posts a selfie of her in front of the group of you around the table and captions it, "About a road trip with these cuties." So Lark will give your shoulder a squeeze, Raven, and Jay gives you a nod. "This is family business. You can count on us." Silverheart summons a shining opalescent staff that matches the gem on his forehead and sort of twists along the length of it. "Rushing into action as usual. I suppose you'll need me to patch you up when things get messy." As everyone forms a circle and puts their hands in, stacked onto Aidan's, there is a gold flash.
and we set off on our quest to locate and protect this young dragon. We cut to a sweeping camera shot of the Manhattan skyline. New York City, 7:30 p.m., appears in bold white text in the bottom of the screen. The sun has already dipped beneath the horizon on this coast, but it never quite gets dark in the city that never sleeps. The gold flash of Aidan's angelic magic is hardly noticeable amidst the flashing lights from massive screens and neon signs on all sides, which immediately places you in Times Square. As you arrive, can someone please read a bad situation?
I'd say I'd do it, but you probably find Ray in the fetal position just, oh no.
It's immediately awful. It's like 40 degrees.
Yeah. And it's dry. You've never been this dry before in your life.
I got a 13.
Ooh.
And it is advanced.
Okay.
Advanced on a 12 plus, you may ask the keeper any question you want about the situation, not just the listed ones.
Got it. So you have 3 hold now.
Okay, goodness.
Which you don't have to spend right away if you want to hang on to them.
Mm-hmm. Well, my first question is, aside from the usual Times Square commotion, do we get a sense of where the incursion is starting?
Yes and no. You hear distant sirens from multiple directions. And this is not unusual for New York, that immediately turns on your agency response instinct of oh, there's definitely already something happening. The big thing you notice, amidst this honking of cars and those distant sirens, a voice over a loudspeaker begins to address you.
First light, as is perhaps your most infamous aspect, your attempts to avoid the imminent conflict will mean very little.
And one of the massive screens mounted on the exterior of the buildings here shifts. And there's a groaning and creaking of metal as this screen extricates itself from the wall of other LCD screens, and another one releases and slams down and cracks and shatters. The panels of the screen start to take on this polygoned, claw-like hand. And emerging out of this building is this twisted, glitching conglomeration of screens and video static. Images project off the body in red, green, blue. Aberration spikes that sort of shift their position constantly. The one screen that began this transformation sort of remains as the face and head of this massive beast. It's almost got the body type of a salamander, if a salamander was covered in screens and about 15 feet tall. Glitching onto the cracked screen of this thing, we see a figure, darkly lit, and the area they appear to be standing in from within this screen is a red sand-blasted environment, Raven.
Oh.
As this view of the place apart is displayed on this screen, Aidan steps forward in front of folks, and she says,
Mammon, this is a flashier play than I would have expected from you.
The Demon Lord of Greed looks up, his eyes flaring golden iris on a black sclera, and he says,
This new spirit, this wild dragon, will be claimed by one of us. You cannot save it.
What do people do?
We've come across this location before that we're seeing on screen. Is that the home world of Mammon?
It is the place apart, the exile plane on which the Demon Lords exist. I don't know that you would have seen it before, Paul. I mean, you and Aidan fought Demon Spawn in the Great Lakes region, but whether in that time you had glimpsed a place of the equivalent in our world of hell, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's like hell and purgatory mixed together, and any human who sees it just instinctively starts crying.
Gotcha.
Our ever-observant audience might notice that while several bystanders weep as they flee the scene, only one of the heroes gathered here is also affected by the sight of the place apart, Lark Eugenia. but notably not his sister.
Aidan has her eyes locked on the creature as it looms and postures in front of your group, but she will say under her breath,
"We have to find that dragon fast. Memmon's demon spawn are ruthless. If he's already opened a hellmouth, it won't be long before the dragon tries to flee the city and we lose it again."
Aidan, is this on-site type of thing, or should we keep talking this out? Because my axe is ready to go.
Hell yeah.
She grins at you.
"You think you could handle it?"
I hand Aidan the tracker.
She will take it, and you step forward. You approach this monster.
I'll grip my iron axe, and I'll look over my shoulder and say, I'll take whatever help I can get, but if you want to get the real job done, go with Aidan.
Lark and Jay step forward. Lark is sort of wiping tears out of his face, but he will put a hand on your shoulder, Raven, and he says, "Okay, it's chosen one time. Hey, go find her. You got this."
Yeah. Stay safe.
And we see, as he steps up beside you, Paul, Lark takes a little green pendant off his neck, and as he spins it in his hand, it suddenly whirs and becomes an emerald blade with a wooden handle as he summons his chosen sword. Jay will step forward and call back to all of his siblings. "North America is my realm to defend. Find our sibling. Bring them home!" And transforms into a massive green forest lindworm beside his partner and Paul.
Meanwhile, Kiri's clutching onto Zal like, "Yo, that's our brother!"
The creature rears back, regarding the three of you who've stepped forward to engage it. Memmon's voice is once again projected across the square.
Your heroics and strategizing are pointless, sister. My servants already pursue the creature, and my generals will ensure the futility of your interference.
We see a large demon spawn composed of litter and garbage and food waste, scraps of trash, wrappers, and other bits of detritus from the gutter. And also swirling up into this amorphous shape, a bunch of newspapers, receipts and coupons and magazine pages form this like writhing tornado of paper as two more of Mammon's generals arrive. Aidan will look at the compass. "Let's go, everybody," and we'll take to the air.
Zella's gonna follow Aidan, and she'll be like, "Kiri, get off me, we have a job to do." And she'll manifest a pair of multicolored wings and take off alongside Aidan.
I'll take off running after them as well.
Coraline's dark wings spread out behind her, and she will head skyward. Silverheart takes off at a sprint alongside Kiri. Your inhuman natures will allow both of you to keep up with the flyers, even if you're on foot.
I'll say to Raven, "So, you can't fly either, right?"
I think Raven was about to pull one of her cards to be able to have the power of flight.
You could pull a couple cards and help Ray Ray out with one of your spirits.
Oh, that's true.
This is not an episode to hold back magically, Raven, Eugenia.
That is so true.
It was wonderful. Everyone brought me to a really cold place. I checked out this big demon TV, and now I guess I'm just going to check out New York by myself.
Hope you're in good shape.
I tossed Ray Ray at I Heart New York shirt. Go get him, buddy.
I think she will pull the honeybee spirit card. It's one she's very familiar with, and kind of just like instant transformation into the armor with the wings.
Mm-hmm. Magical girls.
And then I think she's gonna pull the heron spirit and like kind of look at Ray Ray, shrug a little bit, and then like touch it to his chest.
Okay.
She chose the heron spirit specifically. Like if we're all flying, she just wanted to give Ray Ray some wings.
Hell yeah.
And so I think out of the back of his puffer jacket just sprout like two huge white feathery heron wings. And like they're fully under your control, Ray Ray. You have wings, and if you'd like, you can fly with us.
You know, this entire experience has made me think maybe I'm a dragon. And I think I am.
Ray Ray, you can hear the spirit of the heron speaking to you as you have embodied its power. "Oh, hey, old boy. I'm gonna get up in the air for you?"
You know, I've talked to a lot of spirits, and I've got to say, you're my favorite one.
Oh, yeah. Everglades, gotta stick together. Yeah, let's get some air.
I completely agree.
Maylin, what are you doing?
Malin is going to follow the group that's splitting off, continuing to bring up the rear, but is throwing lightning bolts at this TV monster.
Ooh, to cover your retreat? I love that.
Yeah. And hopefully, knock a couple of them out, with the electromagnetic pulse.
As most of the group turns to leave, we see this brief standoff form between the remaining figures here in Times Square, Mammon's demon-spawned generals and 3 sworn defenders of the North American continent. As you grip your weapons and brace for attack, Malin's bolt of lightning flies between Paul and Lark and strikes one of the screens on the techno-salamander demon, which screams and recoils with this horrible static-laced screech, but then it lunges to retaliate. And that will kick off this fight. So, Paul, I think it's time to kick some ass.
I'm going to roll up my sleeves on my flannel, and I'm going to just launch up into the air with a big jump to try to axe him in the face.
Nice, let's go.
Okay, gonna roll to kick some ass. Oh no! That is a 4 + 2, 6. What happens?
Well, on a failure with kick some ass, you normally get your ass kicked instead. I will roll quickly to see if Lark can help you out and at least get you to a mixed success.
Okay.
Oh boy, okay.
Gets swatted out of the air.
We're starting off great. You leap into the air. Lark sees that maybe your trajectory is not going exactly how you might have liked, and he brandishes his sword but is immediately tackled by the garbage monster, and Jay also can't get to you before the paper demon swirls and sort of starts to wrap around him, trying to restrain this dragon onto the ground. So as you sort of charge forward and then see out of the corner of your eye both your allies suddenly get bodied by these demons, the television paw of this massive creature reaches out and slams you down into the ground.
Oh! How much harm do I take?
So you are fighting advertisement.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The Brits in the audience are what's different about it?
right. I think from a claw attack, I think it's a 2 harm slam.
I have 2 armor.
Oh, really?
Yep. I have the invincible from the Chosen.
Amazing.
So I have 2 armor right now.
Nice.
You definitely get the wind knocked out of you for a moment, but you are made of sturdy stock, and it doesn't break any bones or do serious harm.
Yeah.
The creature's main screen of a face lowers down over you like a predator observing its prey, the bright light of the LCD surface glaring in your face.
I love the image of old school woodsmen just facing off against technology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mammon addresses you and he says,
"Pathetic. You are in my seat of power, folk. Did you expect to challenge me in my own city without it costing you?"
I lift myself up off the ground. I look to Mammon and I say, I'm tired of you talking. Are we gonna do our business or are you gonna keep yapping?
So arrogant.
As long as you stay here and you're not chasing Aidan, I'm doing my job. Let's get to it.
You swing your axe back up at this thing and we will cut away. As the rest of our heroes dash through New York, I'll roll as Aidan to act under pressure to try and locate the baby dragon before it is taken away or, flees the city.
Oh yeah, she's got the dragon tracker, right? From Paul?
She's got Paul's dragon tracker at the moment, yeah.
Nice.
That is 7 on the die, plus her cool is a 10. All right. With most of you now airborne, traversing the city and sort of tracking the sound of things is a little easier now that you're above the hub of traffic and people generally walking the streets. So a little ways out of, the downtown area, you come to this elevated train track that has been converted into a city park. This is called the High Line. The trail ahead passes through like a skyscraper. There's just it's been built up around where the train would pass through, creating this sort of artificial arch. And amongst the illuminated grasses in this one section, because all along this park are natural New York grasses and trees that have been planted to sort of reestablish the environment that would have been here, you see the glowing form of this young dragon. It is sniffing at what seem to be maybe some popcorn crumbs on the ground. What do you do as you touch down, everyone?
I'm going to poke Kiri in the ribs. Now, the food.
Oh, yeah. I have it right here. And Kiri proffers it up to Zell.
Zell's going to take like just a chunk. She's going to dig in with her nails and just kind of awkwardly hold it up. I didn't think this far. Do I just throw it?
No. Don't throw it. Think about how humans treat a little cat. Do that.
To our sibling?
It's a child. It just needs soft voices and no sudden movements.
Oh, a curious strategy. Not what I would have tried, but you are the expert. I am going to kind of crouch down and holding one hand out with like a chunk of chicken beef Wellington, I'm going to stick one arm out and just kind of slowly walk towards the dragon and go, "Here, young one. Food?"
Roll manipulate someone, Zell.
Oh, man.
Kiri starts to pull out an iPad from her bag just as a contingency plan.
Oh, it's not the worst in the world. I got a 9.
Okay, mixed success.
That's good.
You proffer this chicken creation.
Here you are. Come on. Psst, 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 psst.
And I think this creature sees your group, focuses on you, Zell, and steps out of the grass onto the boardwalk. You can hear the clop of like little hooved feet approaching slowly and cautiously. It moves very gracefully. It doesn't have the sort of unsteady gait that a young animal might. Its body is very deer-like, but its long, draconic neck and serpentine tail are constantly making small shifts and movements. Its bright, heterochromatic eyes watching its surroundings with a high level of alertness. We literally just saw Jay transform into his true draconic form, but even so, it is palpable in this moment, even for the other dragons here, that this is a magical creature. They will come forward and sniff at the food you're offering. You can see a snake-like tongue flitting out of their mouth, tasting the air curiously as they get closer to you, Zell.
There you go. Eat up. You've been running a long time, haven't you? Everything's all right now. You'll be safe with us. I'm going to try and soothe it as well.
Ah, with your soothe ability?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
If I talk to something for a few seconds in a quiet voice, I can calm them down, block any panic, anger, or other negative emotions that they have, even if the thing that freaked them out is still present. Hopefully they're not allergic to chicken.
Eden hangs back a little bit, and she says to Raven,
"This is the first time I've seen it approach someone since Seattle. I knew bringing Zell would help."
Yeah. Do you think it knows?
It must.
I think they're all just like completely motionless behind Zell.
Staying very still. Yeah.
Just like 15 feet behind Zell. Nobody's moving. We're barely breathing. We're whispering.
Yep.
In the pinprick silence, you see Kiri just like lean over to Mei Lin, being like, "I never used to look like that, did I?"
You have no idea.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. That's where I know this area from. I've seen this in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1.
You know, I met him one time. He's just as cool in person.
Tony Hawk, legendary hawk shifter in our universe. You're sort of having this realization, Ray, and it's a little loud, but the creature seems very intent on Zell and the food, and it sort of nibbles some out of her hand. And as it's like gulping it down, it catches the eyes of Malin and then Kiri. It's got these little rounded ears on the sides of its head that sort of like perk up and seem to be very like keenly observing you all. Aidan, I think at this point, will risk taking a step forward. She lets her golden glow fully take over her form, and she extends a hand gently out towards this creature. Aidan will kick on her soothe ability as well to sort of double up on this magic of like, we are a nice presence. We are not going to harm you. And I think she gets just like inches from being able to like put a hand on the flat part of its snake-like face. There is a explosion of debris behind you all. And we see on the High Line, crashing through a building and landing with skidding, sparking hooves, is a golden bull, 10 feet at the shoulder, forge like glow behind its eyes, completely gleaming metallic. And it breathes out this like warm, hot smoke with more embers and flecks. This is the creature that Mammon referenced was already pursuing the baby dragon, the fourth of his generals. This is Investment. The young dragon is instantly startled and on edge again. Its ears lay flat, its pupils constrict, the feathers on its tail fan out, and arcs of electricity leap from its antlers and shoot down its body. Raven, you suspect this dragon is about to flee. What do you do?
I think before the bull showed up, she was starting to flip through her cards. She is going to pull the porcupine spirit, and it's not going to be like a full armor transformation, anything like that. She just needs a quill. Before this creature can flee, she's going to try and throw this quill at it. Because it's a spirit quill, she's trying to like get it to touch the creature and then hopefully create like a magical tether. Kind of like a little magical leash that she'll be able to then follow after it flees.
Do you want to use Windy to do this?
Yes.
Since they have porcupine quills already?
Maybe it's both. Maybe she pulls the porcupine card to get this like magical quill and then gives that to Windy up on her shoulder. Like, all right, now shoot this.
Ooh, hey, I'm giving you my magic arrow.
Yes. Summoned the magic arrow. Now you shoot it.
Very cool, very cool. Okay. Act under pressure as you work in tandem with your familiar to make this tether.
That is an 8.
It goes imperfectly. Well, the bull shows up. I think that's as good a way to make it sort of imperfect as any.
I think maybe because we've been startled, their aim is a little bit off and it kind of just barely gets like the end of their tail.
Sort of lands between a couple of the like fanning feathers at the end of it.
Yeah. And it just like sticks there magically. It's not harming them. Like they probably can't even feel it. It just is stuck to them now.
Cool.
I keep picturing like just a little feathery trail of magic coming off of that from the quill to Raven.
I like the idea of like a little thin gossamer silver strand of your magic connecting back into your hand.
Yeah.
Windy makes this shot as the baby dragon rears back on its hind legs and quickly begin to take off running down the high line. I think Aidan will just, her wings go wide, she immediately just takes into the air to try and keep up as it begins to speed away down the rail track of the park. What's everyone else doing?
You see Kiri turn into her half-mist form as she follows just behind Aidan.
Zella's gonna follow after as well. A little bit faster this time. She has preternatural speed.
Yeah. How do your like wind abilities give you this gift of super speed?
You'd notice like it doesn't even look like wind. More like a slight shimmer in the air, but it's multicolored. It's got greens and yellows and reds, and they just trail after her.
Oh, I love that. Little just bursts of color that sort of are left behind as you dash forward super quick.
I think Malin summons some clouds. A little bit of like mist starts to kind of form. Honestly, just in the area where Investment is. She doesn't think much of seeing it there and is like really kind of disgusted and sees Zell booking it and decides to try and like give her an advantage. So
yeah, just sort of surround this massive metal bull with some fog, just disoriented. I love that.
Yes.
Why don't you use magic? Let's see if you can like magically send this thing off on a wild goose chase.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a 9.
Okay, it will come with a glitch.
I think it has a problematic side effect.
Interesting.
I think it slows Kiri. Like Zell is moving quickly and Kiri's like right on her heels. And I think like she gets caught up in it too a little bit.
Oh, like maybe you summoned too many clouds.
Yeah, like it's the cover is too strong. So as Zell is kind of making her way over, it like almost like walls like kind of shutting in front of Investment. And if Kiri is like caught up in that too.
Gotcha. Okay. Kiri, Malin has summoned her fog clouds, and it's a little much for your mist form to like navigate easily.
Y'all don't worry, I'm from Florida. This is gonna be gone in like 15 minutes.
Ray, do you want to help Kiri get out of the mist?
I would love to help Kiri get out of the mist.
Yeah, why don't you roll protect someone?
Now that I'm rolling a dice, how broke am I supposed to be?
What do you mean? Like, what level are you?
Because I am season-ending Ray, so I have like 4 advanced improvements.
Yeah, you're Ray.
Okay, sweet. Well, I have advanced protect someone.
Cool.
Ooh, and that doesn't matter because I got a 6.
Oh no!
No! Maitland, not again!
I'm sorry. I thought I had a handle on things. Like, you saw me with the lightning bolts, right? I still have it.
You do, but I'm also a clown right now!
Not my finest moment.
When you fail protect someone, you end up making things worse. Okay, how do you think this would have gone, Ray? Because I have an idea, but I want to hear if you've got an idea of like how you try to go and help and it doesn't end up working.
Mine was really bad, where I'm trying to just swipe away the fog, and then I accidentally hit the other part of the fog. That is an ally.
Yep, I think that's exactly how it goes. With your big heron wings, which are still active, right? You're like, oh, I can use this to blow away the fog that's like tripping them up. And you and blow the fog and it catches Kiri with it.
Kiri, you are knocked out of your mist form and hit the ground, rolling along the wooden planks of the High Line. And you come to stop just as the large golden bull emerges from the fog Malin has conjured. Its massive hooves barreling towards you, its horns about to strike. But Investment is blasted by a streaking bolt of silver light and is knocked back for a moment as we see Silverheart, his twisting opalescent staff glowing and raised at the monster. You'd better catch up with them, Kiranaya. They're going to need you.
But Silverheart, you can't take this thing on alone!
And just as you say that, Kiri, we hear a whirring metallic hum in the air. And as Investment lunges towards you and Silverheart again, this massive 6-foot-long sword slams into the bull, knocking them to the ground. This wide blade digs into the planks of the boardwalk, glowing with a spectral light blue aura. And floating down, her long white hair whipping about, is Agent Hillary Ross. Her ghastly sunken eyes are locked in an intense glare at the monster, but her agency suit is already showing signs of battle damage and dark blood. Zipping out of the fog on one of those public transit scooters, looking bloody and battle-weary himself, is Ross's partner, Agent Max Spiegel. He'll stop just short of the group of you who've gotten held up here.
Hey, y'all. Good to see you again.
Yeah, they recognize you for sure, Ray. Max says, howdy, friends. Looks like we're your cavalry now. Go on, catch up to Brightwood and back her up. Hills and I'll handle this thing.
He's right. We should go.
Thank you!
Silverheart glances at the scooter Mac has and sighs. Sir, the cavalry is generally not so badly injured when they arrive, and they don't ride electric scooters. Silverheart will place a hand on Mac, whose wounds and scrapes begin to close as Silverheart's entire form glows bright white, and in a flash of sparkles, he will assume his true unicorn shape, complete with a silver saddle.
Over the show off, Silverheart.
And we hear his voice magically projected. Get on, cowboy! Mac will hop up into the saddle, quickly reload his black revolver. Let's ride! As Ross's sword flies into her hand, she darts towards the demon. We hear the clash of metal on metal as she swings and connects with Investment's horns. And so, Silverheart, Mac, and Hillary will stay here to hold the line against Mammon's forces so the rest of you can continue the chase. Raven, you are tracking the baby dragon. It reaches the end of the High Line and leaps into the air, and its form becomes a lightning bolt and travels into a wire and just zips off in a direction. And you all have to sort of stop and pause here as your friends catch up. You've got this silver strand now tethering from your hand into that electrical wire, and then you don't know where it goes to, but it's gone off that way.
Mm-hmm. Can she feel that it's getting further away, or did it like stop once it reached the wire?
You can definitely feel it getting further away, but I will say like this magic that you've created here does not seem to have a limit in terms of like how far it can go, right? You don't feel your hand being like pulled off your arm, but it is just like, it's almost not even as if the wire is moving. You can just tell like it's getting longer and further and farther away from you.
Yeah.
Aidan lands, looks back at you, and she says, What do we do now?
We gotta follow it.
Zell, you were keeping pace with Aidan and Raven, so you're the first to join them here.
Where's everyone else?
Hopefully they're right behind us. The dragon just left.
Zell, you can see Raven with silver magic extending from her hand into the power line, but there's no sign of the baby.
Goodness, perhaps we need to start causing blackouts in order to catch this thing. Which way did it go?
Aidan looks at Paul's little compass device. We can say that, like, in the time between this and last session, you were able to, like, tune it specifically to only track the baby dragon, because otherwise it's going to be flicking around through all the dragons. But it just sort of picks a direction. It is headed east.
All right.
From New York.
Oh.
So I was like, we got this. It's a short flight.
What is it, 20 minutes? It's fine.
I'm really bad at judging distances and depths and...
Y'all, I think I will opt out of flying in this one.
I'm assuming we were better off teleporting.
Malin, Kiri, and Ray, you guys all arrive. It is explained, the dragon's gone. Would any of you like to read a bad situation?
Yes, Malin is feeling very bad that her foible has cost time.
Okay.
Oh my god. That's a 7.
Still enough to get a question.
That's true. What's my best way in?
Malin, you can see the silver tether that Raven created. You know that Aidan was able to teleport you all here. And you know that the two of them have a connection to this creature. I think you piece together that there is something that could maybe be done now that Raven is literally tied to this small dragon with her magic. She is a spirit-bound druid. Her magic is about connections with spirits and her ability to draw them to her quickly through her casting.
I think Malin stops dead in her tracks seeing the silver string of magic and comes over and looks up at you and kind of touches your heart. Think from here. You're already connected, but this is something that's tangible. Close your eyes, think of the little one. Tug a little bit. Maybe you can sense where it is or where it's going?
Raven's gonna listen and close her eyes, and I think she's kind of had just one hand out with the little gossamer silver coming out of it, and she moves it so it's almost both hands, and then tugs it very gently closer to her chest. It's just listening to Malin. She's got her eyes closed. She's concentrating so hard on feeling this connection.
Everyone else you can see as Raven centers herself and activates her magic, a silver aura starts to emanate from her silhouette. Malin, do you have hands on Raven at the moment?
Yeah, I touched her chest first, and then when I moved back, I put my hands on her shoulders.
Raven, you can feel a warmth from Malin. You feel it almost travel out of your hand through the thread. You know that whatever this is reaches the baby dragon, and you feel it change its course. It's darting somewhere, and then when it gets this sensation from you through your connection now, it suddenly has stopped for the moment, and you feel it settles somewhere. What do you do?
Can I tell where it is?
Not specifically, but you have this place sort of instinctually in your mind at the moment.
Can I try to put a hand on Aidan and share this sensation with her so that she can try to teleport us there?
You hold out your hand, and Aidan takes it before you can even ask her to. Your intentions are so in sync, she just instinctively places her hand in yours. A strand of her golden magic wraps and braids itself around the silver tether, and you can feel it racing along this connection, chasing, seeking, following your energy, guided along this connection to the baby dragon. Her wings start to glow super brightly, and she takes a sharp inhale before she says to everyone else, "Everybody grab on, I can see her." Ray, Coraline, and the dragons, you all clasp hands with Aidan, and in a flash, you vanish again.
We all arrive in Nairobi, the green city in the sun. Local time is about 1:30 a.m. It is the heart of culture, history, and natural preserves. It's dark here, but the earliest hours of the morning. We can see the lights of the city illuminating the expressway, and we've appeared right on the median, casting an eerie yellow light against the dark night sky and tall building silhouettes. Malin opens her eyes and is delighted. Like the look on her face is like one that is shining with pride. The little dragon scales that are underneath her brown skin shimmer, golden, kind of glittering just under the surface, as she calls out, "Little one, this is a familiar city. This is a city that I love. Come out and share it with us."
Roll manipulate someone.
She takes some grandma candies out of her purse. Like little butterscotches.
Yes.
That's gonna be an 11.
Amazing. You see down the expressway, the lights flicker, flicker, flicker as they're like approaching you and galloping and leaping from light to light. And whenever they land on a street light, it sort of sparks and sputters for a second until it leaps off and lands on the next one. And it just sort of hopscotches itself towards you down this expressway. And the glowing baby dragon once again lands next to your group. They sniff as you hold out a hand of these butterscotch candies.
Maylin keeps the hand extended, but as she makes eye contact with the little dragon, starts to transform into a dragon herself. All the scales are sparkly and silvery, and she just gets big and long, and there's a crest of feathers right at the base of her neck around her shoulders that looks almost like little regal epaulettes. And she kind of just shows herself, reveals herself to the dragon.
Yeah.
A little clawed hand now with the remaining candies.
Right. Yeah. I think Maylin is probably enormous. You are the ancient dragon of the family.
Yeah.
So while Jay is big in his dragon form, you are twice or 3 times his size and length once you show your true self. This little dragon stares at you wide-eyed as you glow and transform and takes a couple cautious steps back, but then will reapproach once you extend your big dragon mitt with the candies in them still. In your larger form, you feel it first, Maylin. There is a rumble in the ground. Then the rest of you hear a cracking and a splitting and a tearing of asphalt. And I'm going to have everyone act under pressure as the ground beneath you explodes upwards in a rain of pavement, dirt, and stone.
Paul as well?
No, Paul, you're in New York. We'll get back to you.
Okay, I was just checking.
Sorry.
He's watching an iPhone commercial back there.
He's fighting an iPhone commercial.
True.
So I got an 8.
Okay.
I got 11.
Nice. Raven?
I got a 10.
10. Maylin?
Same.
And Zell?
I got a 12.
Amazing. Let's see how
Nice.
Aidan does. An 11?
We're much better prepared this time.
Yeah. Oh, and Moth Girl's here. God, I keep forgetting about our NPCs. There's so many characters in this episode.
I also just realized that a minute ago.
Yeah. She's been keeping up. She has wings. She can fly, so there's no problem there.
Mm-hmm.
She's vlogging the whole event.
Really? Right now?
Hey guys, welcome to my new YouTube channel.
What's up, Mothlings? Welcome to my Twitch stream.
Running for my life again.
Like live streaming back to New York, back in Times Square.
Yeah. As you all catch your feet, what is slithering out of a 10-foot hole in the pavement of this expressway is a massive black serpent. Its eyes, if you catch them glinting in the light of the street lamps here, are just these enormous diamond gemstones. And as it emerges fully, you can see a figure catching a ride on its back. And the figure leaps off the back of this creature as it sort of coils behind them and lands with a heavy thud on the pavement. They rise and walk into the spotlight created by the now bent over and flickering lamppost above them. And you see this 12-foot tall, absolutely shredded mixture of hyena and lion individual. They are wearing a leather harness, which seems to have a bunch of hunting daggers tucked into it. And there is a massive object strapped to their back. When they remove it, you can see it looks like a jawbone that has been fashioned into some sort of weapon where the teeth form the swinging blade of this thing. And they look up at you, their eyes red and yellow. And you all recognize immediately that this is a demon spawn. and they raise the jawbone and point towards where the baby dragon is and say,
"That one is coming with me. The Prince of Greed demands."
And I will say the baby dragon does not flee immediately, but it does sort of leap behind you, Malin.
Malin wraps their tail around the baby dragon protectively and stomps one hand, like shaking the ground.
"We're not impressed. You're not taking them without a fight."
The figure here, Kerit, Kerit, just lowers their jawbone weapon and like cracks their neck as they look up you, Malin, and they say,
"You want to say something about it? Or do something about it?"
And they catch the bridle of their large, massive Hertzlang mount, the large black venomous snake, which you now see has these like fangs that sort of pierce the bottom of its jaw and drip venom, even though its mouth remains closed at the moment. He whips up into his like makeshift saddle on this thing and says,
"Not afraid of you, old one."
Malin roars like it's ear-shattering and just lashes out with one of their massive claws to try and like swipe at this creature and knock him off of his mount.
Kick some ass.
Hell yeah.
Everyone else, a dragon roar echoes across the freeway as you stand here. For the dragons, you're, maybe less affected by it, but Raven and Ray Ray, like, this is a terrifying sound, even though you know it is your ally making it.
I got a 9.
A 9, okay. With a mix on Kick Some Ass, you will just trade harm with each other. So you go to swipe at this thing, the snake, its fangs go wide. With your dragon claw, you're able to like push it down so that it doesn't immediately get its venom into you. But Kerit will sort of leap from the saddle using the momentum, and with his giant jaw blade, swing in an arc and dig it into your shoulder as you begin to engage this hunter sent by the demons from the place apart. The small baby dragon, who is sort of wrapped up in your tail, as you feel the pain wince into your shoulder from this attack, your muscles twitch just enough and it becomes electricity again, vanishes up into a light, and then travels down, and we see, now that it is in the wires themselves, the lights just pop, pop, pop as it races down the freeway and away. What's everyone else doing as Malin begins to battle a massive serpent in her massive dragon form?
I suppose we keep moving.
She's probably got this.
I was really hoping to ask if she had any more of those candies.
Aidan says, "This is her home turf. If she can't defend it, none of us can."
We gotta keep going.
She takes hold of the silver tether coming from your hand. Everyone has grabbed hold, and you try and track the dragon again through this linked magic you have on it. I think as soon as Zell makes contact with Aidan's hand, it feels like a breeze on the back of your neck. And that sensation travels through the tether, and the baby dragon suddenly diverts again and change course from where it was headed. You open your eyes, you see Aidan meeting your gaze, and she says, "I've got him." Anybody call to Malin as you're about to leave?
If everyone just goes, that would be absolutely 1000% on brand.
I love that, actually. No, 100%.
We don't call her. Why would we call to her?
Hey, you don't have any more of those candies, do you?
I feel like Malin feels the little baby dragon zip off, behind them. And you feel the whip of a tail kind of smack the back of your jacket. And on the ground, you can hear the click-clack of 2 or 3 little candies that are wrapped.
Oh.
Thank you. I got your number, and I'm going to call you every day. Every day.
Mid-teleport, Curie shouts out, "We'll call you soon!"
And you teleport again, leaving Malin in Nairobi to fight against the Kerit. I want to jump back to New York. Paul.
Yeah.
In Times Square, lights flashing, neon shattering as the battle commences here. How's it going?
I'm looking a little bit more blue, or black and blue, that is, than normal. Cut back to New York, and you see Paul thrown up against one of these giant advertisement screens with a shatter of sparks. The axe gets thrown from his hands. as he like struggles to get himself up. This is a lot different than I'm used to. I'm used to fighting, these demons out in the woods and plains, and this is just, I don't think Paul has ever fought something in the middle of a city like this before.
Right.
Especially like one of the biggest cities of the world. He's being distracted by not only trying to defeat his enemy, but also like protect onlookers and people who haven't scattered and tried to get protection.
Mm-hmm.
So while trying to fight against Mammon and these technology demons, I'm being wary of what the collateral is. And I think that's really hurting my chances right now. But Paul is tough. He has survived fights that are more dire than this. He's really just trying to distract as long as possible so that the rest of the crew can get their job done.
I love that. We see Lark, Eugenia, sword of the forest gleaming as he swings and parries away strikes from excess, the trash construct that he is fighting. We see his partner Jay, Jarindrakir Nuatharis, the lindworm of North America, fighting an aerial battle against consumerism, which is that writhing vortex of coupons and magazines and things.
I wonder what the theme is here.
Prince of Greed.
What are these? I think what Paul wants to do is change his style up a little bit, as he has been focused in on just trying to kick some ass. Whereas he's not relying on what he's been able to rely on in his later years in life. He's not so gung-ho about, getting into fights. He actually is relying on his knowledge and his experience and what he's prepared.
Mm-hmm.
So I would love to use my ability again for preparedness and see if I can find some sort of it doesn't have to be like a high-grade crazy thing, but kind of like a low-grade EMP.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, sure. See if you packed it.
Cool. I am rolling preparedness and come on. Oh, that's not going to be a 10, but it's a 5 plus 3, so 8. So I have it, but it's not here, and it'll take some time to get it.
Okay, interesting. All right. I think I know what we're going to do with that.
Is there a Brookstone store nearby?
We see advertisement clambering up the side of one of these buildings. From the ground, you can see its spiky salamander-like body silhouetted by the now sparking and cracking LCDs of the larger display. But as it is perched up there, the larger display suddenly glitches and we get Mammon's face again, his dark, shadowy, backlit form with the glowing demonic eyes. I think he is speaking to not maybe you in particular, but just the group of you. The dragon, the chosen, and this warrior of the woods. And he says,
"You wretched folk, do you not understand? We were designed to replace you."
Referencing the fact that the folk arrived in this world before the demon spawn, before they were demon spawn, back when every one of them was still a celestial. And Mammon calls out,
"My generals, finish them. Investment requires your assistance."
And you see the crackle of red lightning streak out from the screen and strike all of the generals as Mammon empowers his generals even further.
That's not looking good.
No, it's not looking good. It's not great news. I think advertisement leaps from the display it was up on and maybe swipes at you again, this time with its long, jagged tail that has a lot of these broken bits of glass on it. And will slash at you for 4 harm as it's coming down.
Oh, okay. 2 harm for me because I have 2 armor.
You get knocked into the air by this violent tail attack and impact to the lamppost, which bends nearly in half, and you drop down onto the rough cobblestone paving here. We watch you force yourself to stand again as the screen that is this demon's face rises up behind you and silhouettes your stance in its cold, harsh light. And we will cut away. Hello, adventurers. This episode's a long one, so I won't keep you long. Just a quick reminder that you're seriously helping the show anytime you review, follow, like, comment, subscribe, and share the podcast around to your social networks. If you didn't get the recent newsletter announcement, I'm happy to announce that our new online shop is open. For all y'all who haven't been able to link up with us at a convention, now you can find all our TSS merch available to order online. And if you wish you were getting newsletter updates, you can find a sign-up link on the main page of our website, which we recently gave a fresh coat of paint. So I hope you'll check out the new upgrade sometime. Now here's past me and Brittany with a couple quick words from our sponsors, and then I'll see you back in the story. Take care, adventurers. This episode of the Storyteller Squad is sponsored by Hero Forge. Let's be honest, you probably know of Hero Forge, but chances are they've rolled out something new you didn't know about yet. So let's break it down. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop miniatures with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from, all within your web browser. Use their model design tools to choose your character's features, equipment, and colors, even sculpt their face and expression. Then they can produce your custom minis in a variety of materials, including bronze, color acrylic standees, and color plastic options. They also offer downloadable model files for users to 3D print their unique designs at home, for all you especially crafty folks. The catalog of customization options is constantly expanding, with new parts added every week, and major features like new species and custom posing on a regular basis. If you sign up for their Pro subscription, you'll get access to more features like kit bashing, photo booth, the community library, and more. The things people are designing with the kit bashing features are insane, and I know that could seem overwhelming at first, but I personally think Hero Forge is an amazing tool for creating visuals of your character and concepts, and it's one of the better options for folks who don't feel as confident drawing to design characters without resorting to AI-generated slop. I also know several people who subscribe for Pro simply to have access to a modeling program that's simpler than learning something like ZBrush from scratch. Take your time learning, and you'll be surprised how quickly your modeling and grasp of the full Hero Forge toolkit will level up. And if you aren't aware, Hero Forge now offers custom dice and acrylic keychains, using the same process as their color-printed minis and color standees. Any full model or piece from the Hero Forge catalog can be added into the dice maker, then rotated and scaled within the dice for perfect placement. And because the clear material of the dice is printed in the same layers as the item or character inside, the result is a perfectly weighted die with a piece of your story within, as a part of every roll. All polyhedral dice shapes are available, as well as extra large sizes. The durable acrylic keychains come pre-fitted with a high-quality clasp and have front and back printing, so you can rep your OCs or your favorite character designs when you're out in the world on the go. Visit HeroForge.com to start designing your custom miniature, dice, and more today.
Hey, adventurers! Huge thank you to one of our sponsors for this episode, Dispel Dice. Dispel Dice is your home for premium tabletop gear, most notably their sharp-edged dice. Beautiful, inedible, shiny math rocks for your table. Dispel was kind enough to gift our whole table of guests with a set of dice, specially chosen and themed to match their characters by Natalie and Karen from Dispel. They chose Crystal Rift for me, a gorgeous set of purple and copper dice with some extra sparkle, and they are so pretty. I'm also a little obsessed with the new Luna Moth bag and matching dice. Dispel Dice has tabletop gaming accessories to match any character or campaign. Get your own now at dispeldice.com. And thank you again to the Dispel team for your continued support. We love you guys. Now, let's get you back to the episode. Thanks, adventurers.
We arrive in Mexico City, above Chapultepec Park, one of the largest parks in the city. An important lung that creates fresh air at the city's high altitude here on the central Mexican plateau. It's a sprawling bit of nature within a city that has otherwise paved much of the original landscape. The park contains several lakes and statues, and a strong wind rustles the foliage of nearby trees.
We arrive. What do you do?
I think as soon as Zell hits the ground, she kind of straightens up, and you can see the green outfit that she wears gets a little bit brighter.
I should note, for timing purposes, we have now gone from 1 a.m. to around 6 in the evening. It's just after sunset. So there's still a bit of red in the sky.
Ooh. Yeah, she straightens up and she just kind of looks around and she goes, "Oh, the dragon does have good taste."
Is that a taco stand?
There's absolutely carts here.
Ray tosses off the jacket and slings it over his shoulder. I'll be right back.
I think we finally found someone who's hungrier than me. How to make it possible?
I suddenly feel at home.
Yeah, it's warm here, Ray.
I'll take a look around, see if I can see the dragon anywhere.
Yeah, why don't you roll plus sharp?
Okay. Minus sharp is going to be 10.
This whole evening is a bad situation, but I'll say ask 2 questions.
Knowing that things have just kind of popped out of the ground and the air and out of nearby advertising spaces, I'm going to see if there are any dangers that we haven't noticed in the immediate area that might have gone here first.
You get a sense immediately that even though you're getting better at tracking the baby dragon and like faster at chasing it to its new locations, your group pursuing this creature, the demon lords are alerted to this, and they are making much quicker moves to try and apprehend this dragon. Sensing that Aidan is now pursuing this dragon with help, they do not want to lose their chance to steal it away and take its magic for themselves. And so I think as you glance around, you're looking for the baby dragon, but you're looking for threats, and you see both pretty immediately. And you also smell smoke. There is, some pollution in this city, but it is unmistakable that you are smelling wood smoke. And you can see through the dimly lit dusk light here, not fire, but smoking and ember-coated forms chasing the light of the baby dragon through an area of the woods of this park. And you know immediately that that indicates the presence of Azazel's hellhounds.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to immediately just motion over to everyone and like run over and grab Ray and yank him away from the carnitas. This way, it's being chased.
Okay, everybody can follow Zell as you rush over. Ray, read a bad situation.
All right. That is a 9.
Okay, you'll get 1 question.
I'm trying to ask this question in the sense of I'm being torn away from the taco stand. What's the best way to protect the victims?
Ray, as disappointed as you might be that you have only had time to scarf down 1 taco, you are feeling, like you say, much more at home in this city. And that's probably because there is some lake-like water with some cattails as part of this park. And the way you guys are running towards the creature on this path, it's going to take you a lot longer if you take the normal human way to get to them. Whereas if you wanted to embrace your physiology, you could absolutely get over to where the hellhounds are a lot faster than everyone else by crossing the lake.
As soon as I see a lake, my first instinct is just, I'll see y'all on the other side.
Incredible. The Gullicochka Gator Man leaps into action, dives into the lake, and with quick movements cross this water feature of the park. And we will say you leap from the lake sort of just after the baby dragon has galloped down a path and skid in front of the approaching horde of these hellhounds. I don't think you have encountered hellhounds before, or was there a time?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't know if there's the same brand.
These particular hellhounds, as they are approaching, you notice there's something wrong with them. Beyond just being on fire canine forms, these hellhounds' faces are like you took a normal wolf-like head and then just messed around with it in a 3D modeling program to create extra jaws and teeth and eyes, to the point where now there's jaws and teeth spreading down their front legs, down their back. Some of them have 2 heads. These are warped and twisted hellhounds, and yet all of them maintain the classic Azazel touch of their chests being literally a cage of ribs holding a fire within, and drooling bits of magma as their long, monstrous tongues hang out between jagged teeth.
Y'all are some ugly-ass dogs.
There is a horde of about a dozen of them chasing after this dragon at the moment. What do you do?
Yeah, I would pursue.
Well, you're in between. They're going to come upon you before they reach the dragon.
Oh, then I will just run out in the middle of the path, lineman stance, and just kind of buck up to them.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let out my own little roar that's not nearly as impressive.
Yeah, Gator hisses.
Because Gator's kind of just...
Amazing. I guess kick some ass if you're fighting. Unless you'd like this to be a protect someone move where you're trying to hold them back or something instead.
I think I am just fighting because there's so many of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just trying to take them out.
Sure.
So I have unholy strength, so I roll plus weird instead of plus tough.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Dope. I missed Ray. That is a 15.
Yep.
Whoa!
Ray Ray has finished his campaign.
Holy shit.
Amazing. I assume that one's marked as advanced?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, here's my question.
Mm-hmm.
You completely hold the advantage, all hunters. That doesn't count as the baby dragon, huh?
No, and I don't think it would count for Malin or Paul at this point either.
Yeah, I think I just want to inflict double the normal harm.
What's your total harm? You have your claws, right? Or are you using your bite?
You know what? This makes way more sense. There's so many of them. I'm gonna drive the enemy away in a rout.
Ooh, I like that. Describe for us how, in your formidable crocodilian form, you spring from the water and rout this pack of hellhounds.
I feel like they're running next to the water and it's just crocodile diving out of water. And I think I literally just pick up like 3 of them. The real chill Ray Ray, just in a horrifying glance of brutality, just like slams down on top of one, grabs 2 others, slams them together.
A couple of them go flying. We see a camera shot from like the water and they fall in and are extinguished. The rest of you, as the baby dragon is rushing towards your group, coming around the edge of the lake, you can just see hellhounds being cast into the air and thrown about. Ray Ray's tail whipping forward, catches one in the mouth. It slams into the pavement, with a horrible crunching sound. Your good hungry bud is making a meal of this pack of hellhounds. What are the rest of you doing as the baby dragon rushes forward? It now looks extremely wide-eyed and panicked.
I'm actually catching up, not around the lake. I've actually decided to cross it just behind Ray Ray.
Mm-hmm.
I've conjured up water skis, but it's just one ski and it looks like a skateboard. And I'm like, Ray Ray, check this out! And so as I ride up with the water powers propelling me forward with this board that's made of like a thin sheet of ice, I'm doing these like kick flips on the water and doing these like little ollies and trying to get the attention of the baby dragon.
I love that. Yeah, you leap and do a little trick off the water's surface as you're landing near Zell.
Zell only knows one move. She's just gonna kind of like crouch down as if like greeting a dog that's running towards her after being lost for a while. Just go, hey, over here.
I think act under pressure.
Oh no.
And if you would like, if it benefits you at all, I will let you add your charm modifier instead of your cool.
They're the same.
Flavor-wise, which one is it?
Flavor-wise, it'd be charm. I feel like soothing something is more of a charm ability.
Mm-hmm.
And she's starting to like read and pick up on little bits and pieces of their body language, of how to understand what they're going to do next and trying to work around that. 12.
As the baby dragon rushes towards you, it slows just enough that it is not like literally going to trample you in a panic, but it's still moving quite quickly, right? I've described them as the baby dragon, but they are like the size of a small deer with a long dragony neck and a long tail out behind. Like there's some mass and momentum rushing at you here in your human form. As it gets closer to Zell, the light of the baby dragon impacts with her, and there is a bright flash of color. Zell, could you describe your dragon form as you welcome this baby dragon into your coils in a dragon embrace?
Oh man. You guys would see that Zell's outfit starts to sort of form the pattern of scales. Her hair is all sorts of like reds and greens and yellows and starts to kind of like look as though it's wrapping around the baby dragon a little bit. Every strand appears to flatten and then widen out into feathers. You can see her limbs kind of tuck into themselves and out instead explode these 4 feathered wings. One of them's a little crooked though. The back left one looks as though it might be scorched. It looks unhealthy. You relate it to her unhealthy hand from earlier.
Yeah.
And her body seems to elongate. It's more a coiling serpent that begins to coil around the baby dragon.
Oh.
Raven, you and Aidan and Corey catch up now. You're still in your honeybee armor, so the 3 of you can touch down after flying across the lake. You can see Ray Ray just on the path making short work of this pack of hellhounds, and you see Zell's massive feathered serpent form embracing the baby dragon and shielding it protectively with her wings.
I think before she touches down, she's gonna try and scan the area. She's got a bad feeling that the hellhounds aren't everything.
Mm-hmm.
And especially if she sees Zell embracing the baby, it's like, all right, somebody's got them. something else has got to be coming. We can't stay here too long.
I don't think I need to make you roll for this. Like you're literally looking for one specific thing, which is more danger.
Mm-hmm.
I think with your honeybee like little visor, the like cybertech heads up display, you'd like scan. There's like little honeycomb things that like zoom in on stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And give you like little zoom ins. Like one of them will flip down and it becomes like a night vision thing. And then you're like scanning through different wavelengths of the light spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And you get to heat vision. You glance across the lake and further down into the park, you see a bright, what would be worthy of an inferno, moving its way through the trees. And as you flip the visor up again, a dark shape pushes one of the trees over with a massive paw. And again, one of these like ruined, twisted up dog-like faces with the extra teeth and mouths on it howls up against the sky. And then another and another as a flaming, enormous Cerberus hellhound begins to approach the lake. And when it puts a paw in the water begins to boil. You gather this one will not take the treatment Ray is giving to its lesser companions so easily.
Raven will touch down quickly and try to warn everybody. Heads up, guys. We've got company.
I think I've got it. Windy, grab a leash. Windy!
Windy will leap off your shoulder, Raven, and because they are bound to you as your familiar, they understand this connection your magic is trying to establish and can leap around the baby dragon to create a more secure sort of harness around their body.
Mm-hmm.
But just as Windy gets the silver thread tightly around them, the baby dragon catches sight of the massive Cerberus.
Oh no.
Its eyes dilate and it starts squirming and thrashing like, no, I don't want to be tied down, I gotta run! And it leaps out of Zell's coils and will take off as a streaking silver bolt of lightning down the path.
Shit. I'm sorry, Aidan. You go on after them, but I can't let Azazel's servants burn down my home.
You've been a huge help, Zell. We'll see you when this is done.
She just kind of gives a nod, and then her eyes are going to flick over to the Cerberus and constrict a little bit. The reptilian features definitely showing through.
Yeah.
And then she will let out a unusually loud serpentine hiss and just start winding her way towards it.
There is an echo of a massive rattlesnake rattle. It sort of echoes and shakes the trees.
It's time for one of our favorite cities now, right?
Aidan will grab Kiri's hand and look to Raven and say, "Where to?"
Let's find out. And she'll tug on the silver magic.
Kiri, Aidan squeezes your hand and takes yours, Raven, and you tap into this connection again. The baby dragon doesn't quite change its course this time. It almost seems to be waiting for a signal from you of where to go. It knows it needs to find somewhere to hide, somewhere safe where it could disappear and rest undetected. And as you get this sense of, need to hide, where can we hide? Kiri, you and Aidan picture the same thing, a familiar mist-shrouded river, and through the connection, you get the feeling of a cool mist brushing your skin. Coraline and Windy join the three of you, and Aidan's wings flash gold again, leaving Zell and Ray here to deal with these hellhounds.
That's fine. I'm gonna see this one through till I can get back to that taco stand.
Perfect. I don't know. You probably have to like tear away the I Love New York shirt as it smolders and embers. But you and Zell will face off against this Cerberus. I want to cut to Nairobi and check in on Malin. How's the fight against the carrot going?
I think Malin is toying with it. She's definitely not unhurt, but I think Carrot decided to talk a big game and it just made her fight harder. The fact that nobody was around to see it is really just flaming her up a little bit, and she's fighting even harder now because there's no one to impress. So I feel like she's like leaving it all on the field, so to speak.
Yes.
Because no one's around. She's so mad everybody's left her. She's like, I'd rather be with the baby.
They're not gonna call me.
But I think that like at the end of the day, she's like, if I can take this guy out, he won't follow. And that's important. So she tries to finish the fight as quickly as she can while still enjoying herself.
Yeah. Been a while since Malin's been able to cut loose on something just so unequivocally evil and needs to be dealt with.
It's been a while since she's been able to get the spicy. That's a 10.
Amazing. what bonus would you like on a 10 for kick some ass?
I think I'll inflict terrible harm, but I want to concentrate it on Carrot. I think she sees the great snake spirit he's riding and thinks, they're probably just a tool, just something being used, but not really a threat if its rider is dealt with. So if she can, I want to try and tear off 1 or 2 of Carrot's limbs to grievously harm him and hopefully make him easier to kill.
We see this titanic battle as your ancient draconic form and this giant snake spirit maneuver around each other, and our camera follows Carrot as they run along the length of their mount, taking these big, powerful strides, and then leap into the air, classic barbarian pose, their body arched as they raise the massive jawbone axe above their head to strike at you. We hear a deafening whip crack snap as your tail lashes towards them, laced with more lightning. And suddenly, they are falling, the arm that was gripping their weapon drifting away from them, and dark ichor spurting from their shoulder. They hit the pavement and roll to their feet, trying to recover quickly, grasping at their shoulder and panting heavily.
Shit. She steps her giant mighty claw on top of him and just buries her fingernails deep into his flesh. Looks at him and is like,
thank you a lot for wasting my time.
With a simple flex, pressing your entire draconic weight downwards, a crater forms in the pavement, sending cracks and fractures outwards. You feel the bones of his chest crush under your claws, and this sinister but overconfident demon spawn is slain. We should determine how much harm you've taken in this fight, since we're taking this cinematic approach. You've done terrible harm, but that means you are not choosing to suffer less harm yourself. So I think the Carrot's blade would have dealt 4 harm to you.
She also has invincible, so she has 2 armor.
Yep.
So while this creature's gotten in some swipes, I feel like she kind of shakes it off a little bit.
Oh yeah, your gleaming scales are able to absorb and reflect a lot of the damage you would have taken then.
Looks over her body just to make sure she's okay, and then tries to lock in. Rather than trying to find the baby dragon, just looks for her siblings instead.
You make quick work of the Carrot, and I think you are correct in that the Hrutslang, this dark snake, you can just sort of scare it away. It is just a mount. It is not also a servant being driven here. It's sort of something that your opponent captured. And I think as you reach out to try and find where your family may have gone, we hear the sound of footsteps on the pavement, just a pair of dress shoes. And walking into the light in his dark suit with a spiderweb pattern and carrying a little briefcase is Dr. Aranya Kabe, or as locals on this continent might know him, Anansi, arrives and tips a little flat cap to you and says,
"Didn't expect you in this neck of the woods."
What do you mean? I haven't been gone that long.
You're usually up on your mountain.
Well, today I had personal business to attend to, as you can see.
She lifts up her claw and shows the mess underneath.
I was going to take one of the eyes of its mount, but I decided to be merciful.
He grins, his white smile beaming in the dark night here, and he says,
"A great story is being written this eve, Melinkanyamba."
Not the first one, not the last.
She's trying to downplay it, stop talking about this baby. Enough people are looking for it.
He will nod and sort of picking up on your energy, and he says,
"Regardless, this new child adds something to the world we have not seen. Be cautious in how you protect it."
Interesting advice. So not my usual. Something a little less flashy? More sensitive?
This story requires a lighter touch.
And he will turn and walk out of the light of the street lamp, and as soon as his last foot leaves the light, you stop hearing his footsteps.
I think Malin takes a moment and turns back into her human self. A lighter touch, a lighter touch. Okay, kid gloves it is. And then tries to find that little thread to Zell.
Yeah, I think we will watch as you trace a finger along one of the cracks in the pavement that you created, And as you do, it glows golden and the stone falls away, creating a portal into the havens, which we see you sort of step down into and vanish.
We arrive in Shanghai, the most populous city in China, and our dwindling group of heroes appear on a platform clearly very high up in the air. The wind whips at you all here in the parapet of Shanghai Tower, the third tallest building in the world, which looks down on the district of Lujiazui and the Huangpu River through the early morning mist and fog. But here above and overlooking the city, I've returned home.
There's a fog creeping across the two rivers as they conjoin here, breathing the skyline in a clouded mist.
I love the air here. I love how heavy it is. It feels like a weighted blanket almost. And you see Kiri roll up her sleeves a little bit more so she could just feel more of it on her skin. Looking around, what do we see?
Are you looking for danger or are you looking for the baby dragon?
Let's see, where on the Shanghai Tower are we exactly?
You were at the tippity top.
Oh, we're on the top. Okay.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, that's very fun.
Yeah.
Hold on tight, y'all. Sometimes the wind up here is a little crazy.
Yup.
Yeah.
You're basically on, I think it is a helipad. This twisting structure.
Whoa.
Here, hang on. I'll see if I can get a good picture of it. It is wild.
Yeah.
You were at high altitude on the plateau in Mexico City, but here it is whoa, you get that feeling of vertigo. I mean, everyone here can fly, so you're all technically fine, but it is a little dizzying to be up so high so suddenly.
Yeah. She definitely opens her eyes after teleporting and immediately just clings onto Aidan. Her little wings are kind of moving to help keep her steady.
Yeah. She'll wrap an arm around your waist. She's like, it's okay, we're good.
Kiri turns to the others. Guys, this was one of my favorite places to be. There was a span of a couple weeks where this place was under construction, and the only thing that could reach it was this big red crane. And if you could get to it early enough in the mornings, my God, the view, there's nothing quite like it. And if you had ever seen pictures from social media, you would have seen pictures of Kiri being a little bit of a lawbreaker and climbing up there in her human form and taking pictures of just the view below, of the plummeting city and the fog that blankets it all.
Yeah, Kiri took this picture, the second one. Just straight down.
Mm-hmm.
Instantly makes your gut drop to look at it.
Why don't you roll sharp, Kiri, and see what you can find from this place you know so well and love being up this high.
I like that. All right, let's see. Oh my God, my rolls. That's an 8.
Okay, then I think you are able to spot what you are looking for, but I will add a complication with this mixed result. You see, as you scan the skyline here in the foggy morning light, the flickering silver spark of the baby dragon's electricity teleporting over on the Shanghai World Financial Center, which is another staggeringly tall building, but just a little bit lower than where you are on this one. It is seemingly unable to escape because it is being surrounded very quickly by a group of what look like small humanoid figures, but just a swarm of them. These figures are almost creating a cage out of themselves around where the baby dragon is on the top of this other building.
Oh, that's so freaky. Can we tell what they are from this distance, or do we need to get closer?
It's pretty far away. You can tell they are humanoid shaped, but you don't know anything more about what they look like.
I think I see a glint of electricity, guys. We should get closer.
Coraline takes her phone and slips it in her back pocket, does a shoulder crack, and she's just like, well, you're only going to get to do this once or twice in your life, and just leaps off the tower in her human form. But as she plummets, you see her little moth antenna enlarge, and her whole body is engulfed in dark, flickering static as 4 wings shoot out from her back, and the moth girl descends towards where the baby dragon is. Aidan looks to you, Raven. She says, she's a point. And she will also dive after and sort of fold her wings in so she can shoot very quickly towards the other building.
Raven will take like a full breath after Aidan jumps and then runs and jumps and takes off after her.
Amazing. Yeah. Your honeybee wings easily carry you through the air.
Kiri yells out, "That a girl!" And she herself stays in her humanoid form. But again, you see her lower half kind of turn into this part mist form as she leaps off the edge. But as she does, her lower half loses the corporality of it, and she almost begins to defy gravity in a way. Like gravity affects her differently now, and taking off with that momentum leaps to the other tower.
Incredible. As you are all making your approach, you can see the baby dragons trying to lash out at these figures that are sort of, again, all holding each other's hands and feet in like a rounded cage around it. You see there is like a figure forming in a dark smoke from within this cage of bodies and beginning to approach the baby dragon with like an outstretched hand. I'll play with your ability, Raven, that you have called cryptid sighting. And just say that, like, as you are flying in with maybe your honeybee zoom lens, you're able to make out that this figure who is extending a hand towards the baby dragon, the hand is entirely skeletal. This figure is draped in like a dark, formal wear, sleeves that sort of bail out at the elbow joint. But yeah, just this like bleached white skeletal hand reaching towards the baby dragon. You also start to notice that the other figures forming this cage also seem to be skeletal, although they are wearing like business suits and have just like skull masks covering their face. Yeah. This feminine figure with like a high-collared dress and a long trailing skirt. Her hair is sort of styled over to one side. I will say you guys can arrive just before she is able to reach and place hands on the baby dragon. But what are y'all doing?
I think Kiri will instinctively, reading the situation as hostile because of the cage and everything that's happening, she's going to summon water out of the air, the heavy air that surrounds us. And she is going to coat one of the triangulated support beams of the scaffolding and use that to form this ice blade. And she's going to cast and throw that at the outstretched skeletal hand through the bars of the cage.
I love that.
Yeah.
I will give you a choice of move. Do you think this is protect someone, kick some ass, or use magic?
You know what? There's a trait I have that is called Never Again, and it's in combat. You may choose to protect someone without rolling as if you had rolled a 10 plus.
Whoa.
Amazing.
I think considering Kiri's past, it would be protect someone.
Okay, activate Never Again.
All right.
So I want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. The ice blade is forming off the scaffolding and then like breaks and is sent flying from there?
Yeah, like one of those triangular gaps in the scaffolding, that big chunk.
Gotcha. Yeah, this ice knife is sent flying, and just as this skeletal hand reaches towards the baby dragon, the ice pierces the like back half of the palm and forces the figure down onto their knees, which gives the baby dragon enough time to like leap over them and get to the other side of this cage, where it again tries to break out. But as they slam up against the figures all holding each other like Cirque du Soleil acrobats, like a human cage, more of this shadowy magic sort of repels them and keeps them constrained inside. As we see the woman turn, the long hair covering the one side of her face reveals like a skeletal half to what is otherwise a very like beautiful high femme makeup look where there is still flesh.
Why is it always this? If bad, why hot?
Story of our life on this show. Every single one of them. It never gets easier.
God, it's not fair.
Listen, the monsters will be hot. This is the brand. Anyway, this partially skeletal woman clocks that you're all approaching and intent on interfering with her trap. But we see Aidan quickly closing the distance, and she raises a glowing fist, and she is going to try and kick some ass to break through this enchanted cage. That is a 9.
Can I use Power of Love to help out?
You absolutely can. How are you going to help Aidan?
I wanted to do the exact same thing, and so we might as well do it together. My thought was Raven's gonna use the mini shield that comes out of the forearm armor and like make herself smaller to speed faster, and then try to just human battering ram bash through this cage of skeleton people.
I love that. Aidan, with her golden divine smite, crashes in, and like that rippling smoke magic spreads across the entirety of the cage. And then, like a color shift, the smoke goes from black to gold and is dispersed as she just like shatters the magic, creating this containment. And then as you protect yourself and make yourself a little honeybee cannonball, you just bowl through a couple of the figures who are now just bodies holding themselves together. And the whole thing collapses once you break that integrity of the structure they've made.
Nice.
And the two of you can both land and sort of put up a guard in front of the baby dragon as the woman yanks her skeletal hand free of the ice and stands readjusting her hair and like keeping herself all very prim and put together. She says,
First Light, you should not be interfering here. Your agency's jurisdiction is not international.
Raven steps forward. This isn't agency business. Raven's suspended.
Yup.
So this is off the clock. And also, it's personal.
That rules. I love that. I think Windy leaps onto your shoulder as you step forward, Raven. They draw one of their quills and are ready to fire it at your signal. The other figures are like getting to their feet again and sort of form ranks behind this skeletal sorceress. She sneers at you, Kiri, and says with a lot of condescension,
You are far flung from your exile in the countryside, Kiranaya. Why come back to Shanghai when my victory here is so complete? Don't tell me you want to start up our Dominion Wars again.
I go where the rivers take me. Bai Guijing, you've held a seat in the city far too long. It's time your evil was washed away.
The woman will snap, two of her bony digits click together, and all of the suited figures suddenly produce batons, knives, brass knuckles. They all are clearly armed and ready to engage. Coraline's wings spread wide in this intimidating display, the red eye patterns seeming to flicker off the surface of her wings as these jarring static glyphs, and the black static of her cryptid form flares with intensity. She points two fingers from her eyes towards Bai Guijing and says,
Buckle up, bitch. We're live, and I'm gonna kick your ass.
and she will fly at the bone demoness, and when they clash, dark smoke trails from the witch's dress as Coraline drags her into the air. The masked figures rush at your group atop this skyscraper, and as both sides clash, we're gonna cut away. We return to New York City. Paul, you are on the ground, cobblestone, up against your bison horns. Advertisement, the salamander screen demon, stalking up behind you. But before we had cut away, you rolled preparedness.
Yes.
To have a miniature EMP, a device that would immediately take care of this creature of technology. A golden rift opens in front of you, little golden sparks dancing down around you on the stone here. And rolling out of this portal is exactly the device you need. A makeshift electronic device that will short out circuitry in the area for a moment.
I'm lying on my side, seeing it slowly roll towards me. Do I recognize this golden rift?
It's the rift to your haven.
Do I see into the haven? Do I see Babe inside?
You see your giant ox snuffling around in the tool shed, rolling things towards the opening of the rift and towards you.
I think I give a whistle to try to summon Babe out into the streets of New York City.
What do you do with the EMP?
I grab it and I see Lark battered and bruised like near me, and Jay is off fighting a little bit further away against the other demons. And I see this orb-like device in my hand, and I see the sword in Lark's hand, and I call out, "Hey, Batter up, partner.
Incredible.
And I'm going to toss the EMP toward Lark so he can smash it baseball style towards the demons.
Yeah!
Lark Eugenia, Autumn Falls Cardinals baseball player of the year, flips his magical sword around in his hand, grabs the blade barehanded as this thing comes flying towards him, and cracks into it with the handle. A real EMP is less flashy than this, but for our exciting monster fight, we will say that as Lark makes contact, sparks of electricity begin to trail off this device as it flies right into advertisements, and as it raises its jagged claws to slash at you, a pulse emits from the device, and all the electrical components that make up this salamander demon's body short out and seize up. It shuts down almost instantly. All the power within it just glitches and its body twitches and locks in place. It's unable to even collapse. It is so electronically and mechanically compromised. As you sort of roll over onto your back, we hear... And Babe leaps out of the Haven portal and slams her horns into the wreckage of this creature, sending it flying out into the street. And we'll sort of round and turn and then come over to you to help you get up.
That's a good girl. You see the sparks from like all the electricity shorting and like, exploding like fireworks into the air. You see it reflecting off of like the big bovine eyes of Babe. Babe goes up to like her shoulder height is up against like the top of my head. She's a big, big girl.
Yeah.
And I hop up onto her back and I reach a hand down to Lark and say, you want to get out of here? You want to help out Jay?
Lark wipes his brow and gives a tired but genuine smile. Yeah, every day.
I pull him up onto the Babe and we gallop into the fight again.
Hell yeah. Roll kick some ass as you and Lark engage with excess and consumerism.
Awesome. All right. Got +2 to the roll. That's an 11.
Amazing. I will roll for Lark.
Can I also use my precise strike ability?
Yes, you can.
When I inflict harm on a monster, I can aim for a weak spot, roll +tough. On a 10+, you inflict +2 harm.
Ooh.
Sure, yeah. So add your precise strike onto this attack.
Okay, I rolled an 8.
Okay. Is there a result for a mix?
Yeah, that's +1 harm. And then I have devastating, which is another +1 harm.
And your axe is a +3 weapon?
It is 2 harm.
Okay, that'll bring it to 4.
And it was a great success.
Yeah, so you're going to add another 1 onto that, so make it 5?
I think so.
Whoa!
Incredible. Lark has a 7 on the die, plus his 3 tough, which will give him a 10. He will also inflict terrible harm with his woodland sword. And I think the two of you run forward and slash apart this trash demon and scatter it.
And I know how much Babe loves to get into the trash, so I let her start eating whatever garbage is found in there. It's good for her. It's roughage.
It's probably fine.
Yep. You massacre excess and send them sprawling across the pavement here. We see Jay as he is wrestling with this like vortex of papers. And I think manages to like get them down into the ground again and just sort of roars, and this green light flares in his eyes and surges all along through his scales and body, and his claws dig into and slash at the paper of this creature. And he just says in his draconic voice,
"From whence you came, I return thee."
And the paper of this demon starts to sprout like seedlings and root into the ground, and Jay converts the once processed wood material of this paper demon into a tree again as it breaks through the pavement and sprouts and leaves a massive, ancient-looking tree, although it is new growth, such that it like covers one of the massive screens with all its foliage and blocks the view from the adverts and stuff there.
Incredible.
As this tree rapidly grows and roots itself into Times Square, our camera takes in a wide shot of you guys in front of this tree, and stepping into frame, tossing the severed golden head of investment to the ground as she shoulders her massive sword, is Agent Ross. She looks like hell, but that's maybe to be expected after fighting demons for several hours. Max Spiegel is emptying the spent shells from his rune-infused black revolver and will hop down off Silverheart, who transforms in a burst of glittery magic to assume his human form again. And the three of them join your group here in the square.
I think as the agent is carrying the golden head of investment, I cover Babe's eyes.
No.
It's okay. It's not like you. Don't worry. It's not like you.
Agent Ross wipes some of the demon blood off her face and will give a little nod to Larkin J, who she met a while back in New Jersey during the battle that sparked the revelation in the first place. And she says,
Mr. Eugenia, Jaren Drakir, we need to stop meeting like this.
Lark grins and nods. Well, next time we'll at least invite you two to the dinner portion. Paul, this is Hillary Ross and Max Spiegel. They work with my sister at the agency. Agents, Mr. Paul Bunyan.
Oh, hi there.
Mac will holster his weapon and straighten his long overcoat before offering a hand to shake yours, Paul. Nice to meet you, sir. You're a bit taller than I expected.
Oh, yeah, I get that a lot. People don't really expect me to be a blue bison as well, but, it kind of gets lost in the folklore.
That tracks, actually. Most of the screens in this area were taken out by the EMP, and they sputter and kick out sparks. It's a lot darker here now than it was when you arrived, but a small screen on a phone that someone must have dropped in the commotion flickers on, and we hear Mammon's voice, sounding a lot smaller and more distant now that it's just coming from a phone speaker.
It doesn't add up. I accounted for everything. What did I miss? How did they cheat?
Can I just stomp on the phone?
As you and Agent Ross and everyone surround this phone, she looks down, flips him the bird, and just says,
Every business venture comes with risk, asshole. You got outplayed.
Mammon's eyes flare, and he seems to almost press against the screen as if he was trying to break through it.
This isn't over, cursed girl. This city is mine. My acolytes will distill every last ounce of value from this world until there is nothing left worth fighting for. I will withdraw the meaning from life itself. And then what will you do, you self-righteous fuck?
And then your foot comes down on the phone and smashes it, and the screen cuts out.
I hate these things.
Babe gives a snort of approval, and as the cold air here condenses her breath to steam, our camera will transition through this and out of darker plumes of smoke emanating off the back of a massive hellhound as we return to Mexico City and Chapultepec Park. Zell, Ray, you are up against a creature as it launches towards you, drooling magma from its gnarled and unsettling jaws.
I cannot stand lava, I cannot stand fire. And so I'm going to do my best to kind of like weave around the heads and try and use some combat magic.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot a missile of lightning at it.
Ooh, very fun. It's a kick some ass roll. You just get to add your weird.
Hell yeah, I love being weird on the internet. That is 13.
Woo! Is it advanced?
I don't think so.
That's okay. A 13 is still a full success. From the kick some ass moves, you can choose one of the effects on a 10 plus.
I'm going to give one forward to Ray.
Incredible. And how much harm does your lightning do?
So normally a missile does 1 harm. Since it's lightning specifically, I get to add +1 harm that is messy to the base damage. So I guess it's 2.
Yeah, okay. This bolt will strike through the Cerberus, but unfortunately, it will catch its attention for sure, and this will give Ray an opening. But you sense, Zell, this being one of Azazel's warriors, lightning is definitely in her wheelhouse.
Shit.
And so I think this bolt does a little less harm than you would have liked, and the Cerberus just turns around and breathes a gout of fire out of one of its mouths towards you.
Oh no.
3 harm of fire breath at you.
Okay. So, lovely thing, I am vulnerable to fire, which means I suffer an extra harm. But I'm also immortal, so that kind of cancels it out.
Okay. But you'll take 3 harm.
Rough.
Yep.
I'll do my best to twist out of there, at the very least making sure that my other wings are okay. And then I'm just going to kind of dive towards Ray and just kind of shout, I hope you have a plan.
Do you have a plan, Ray?
I think eventually I'm going to get the chorizo. How tall? How big is this thing?
It's huge. 20-foot tall, 3-headed dog demon.
I think I'm going to go for the legs. I think I want to bite this thing's Achilles.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Sounds like kick some ass.
Yeah. That is a 12.
Mm-hmm. Technically a 13 with your +1 forward.
Oh, yeah. Sweet. Yeah, I'm just going to do terrible harm.
Okay.
My bite does 4 ignore armor.
Okay.
So I'm going to double that. So I'm going to do 8 ignore armor.
Jesus Christ. That's so good. Yeah, you dodge and weave under this thing's massive paws as it stalks towards Zell. She sort of crashes into the ground, slithers along one of the park trails, rolling to get the fire off of her feathers. And you slide underneath this thing, whip around enough so that you can latch on and bite at this thing's back Achilles tendon and snap it with a huge chomp. Burns your mouth a little. It's like eating charcoal. I think this thing will probably kick you with its other leg in reaction to this, so you'll get sort of sent flying back into one of the trees of the park. We'll say the kick is 3-armed too. It's got claws on its foot. Zell, the Cerberus, stalks forward towards you, drips of magma sizzling on the concrete, putting divots in its surface. From the guttural growls of this canine, as it lowers its 3 heads towards you, you hear Azazel's voice. And she says,
I've always wanted to finish the job. Maybe I can add another of you to my collection.
I think Zell would just writhe about on the ground, get into a serpentine coiled position, and just shout into the abyss.
You'll have to catch one of us first.
I'm not looking that great.
Yeah.
I'm going to shapeshift and shrink down into the form of a parrot, if I can.
Interesting. Okay.
Still brightly plumed, vibrant feathers, and definitely in a pattern that doesn't denote it as any particular type of parrot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try and hide in the forest as best I can.
The dog heads snap and chomp down to try and bite at you, but now that you are a much smaller target, you just sort of flit away into the woods. And we will transition as your parrot form dips and flies through the trees to a different flash of color rushing through a different forest as we rejoin Malin in the Havens. Traveling through the Havens is a annoyingly obtuse process because it involves things like entering one little pocket of Haven space and lifting a rock to reveal the mossy patch underneath, which actually is an opening to another portal, and slipping through that. And then arriving in the next portal amongst a bunch of grass and needing to find just the right head of wheat to pluck and scatter into the air, and then you are sort of swept up along with it into another portal. And it's just this over and over and over again in different places around the world as you sort of pop through the random network of havens.
I think the first time, Malin's like, all right, the perfect piece of wheat. Let's see, yes. And finds it and like crushes it up and like closes her eyes and like lets it scatter into the breeze, and it's really poetic and beautiful. And she like lets it carry her off. And then like gets there and realizes that's not where she needs to be.
Yeah, you're in some swamp now. It's like a different part of the Havens.
Ugh, fuck! It's fine. You are old hat at this. You're practiced. You know what you're doing. Goes back in.
Yeah.
Finds another sheaf.
Well, it's like a lily pad this time, right? You've got to like pick the lily pad blossom to like scatter or like dive between a ring of them or something. Like it's just all these like little fairy circles you got to keep leaping through the hoops of.
I think by the time she gets to like the 4th one, she's just like stomping through, tearing up shrubs, like ripping things apart. I think this is it. Like really just not giving any fucks at all.
Yeah.
And by the time she like gets to all of you, the very first second that you see her, she looks sweaty and messy.
Oh, I was thinking we'd leave you again, sort of in the midst of this process, like just a smidge lost for a bit.
Oh, good. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
If that's cool. We can just cut away from you thrashing and tearing shit up in one of these havens, just tearing stumps off the ground and crashing through trees, desperately trying to find the right route to your family.
Yeah, there's so much stomping, so much huffing, lots of swearing.
This is where the legend of rampaging dragons comes from. It's always just been dragons impatient with the obtuse and annoyingly nonsensical logic of havens travel. We will cut back over to the dizzying skyscraper heights of Shanghai. We return to pitched combat between our heroes and the Bone Demoness and her forces here. It's a fight. Everyone roll kick some ass. Let's fucking go, Aidan. Our girl has a 15.
Oh my god.
Dang.
She's ready to fight.
Kiri rolled an 11.
Amazing. Also a full success. Raven?
Got a 7.
You don't get any bonuses, but that's okay.
Yep, not the worst.
Our camera swoops in on this scene with a panning helicopter shot of the top of the financial center. Aidan has manifested her wings, and she's using them to sweep out in wide arcs to try and knock the masked figures over the edge. She's focusing on trying to clear as many of these opponents as possible so your group is less outnumbered. Several of the figures go tumbling into the air and fall from the heights of this tower, but they do so silently. None of these masked skeletal warriors make a sound as you engage with them. They just move and fight silently without exertion or any reaction to being harmed. With your 11, Kiri, what's your fighting look like here?
So you're going to see as Kiri disappears into the thinnest mist she's been all night, and she is going to incur this panicked look on the enemy's faces as they try to track, wait, where did that person just go? And as they are looking around, they're finding that they're sure footing no matter where they're standing, whether it be on the flat surface of the bank or the scaffolding surrounding it. They're finding that the floor is getting slippery and that ice is now appearing below their feet. And as they clock this, a tendril of water is going to slap at them from the side.
Nice. Raven, you are using your bumblebee armor to fight back against some of these figures as they come at you. But I think what catches you off guard is hearing a cry from up above. Coraline shrieking, she grabs her side and lands on the roof of the tower, sort of skids and slides on the ice Kiri's made. And you can see there's this dagger with a bone hilt in her side.
Oh boy.
And the bone demon settling back down on the ground, her skirts catching the tower and using it to move her like a marionette that is defying gravity up and down the scaffolding until she can get sure footing again and step down. Very regal, straight posture, neat hands, positions the whole time. I think Corey gives you a look of I need a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you attack the bone demoness?
I don't know why I'm stumped by her.
She's just a wizard.
Yeah, wizards are scary.
I know, especially when they're hot too.
That's why she's even more nervous. Very easily flustered. Okay, we're gonna do some magic. Based off of the look she's getting from Coraline, I'll roll to use magic, but what she wants to do is to summon the seaweed kelp spirit and try to use that to tether this wizard and keep her away from Coraline.
I'm gonna roll this into your kick some ass and say you quick draw a card, it's kelp spirit, you're okay, great. You go to restrain this sorceress, and the kelp does manifest, right? These spectral wrappings of the sea plant bind her up. And for a moment, it looks like you have successfully restrained her. But she fights against the restraints and forces her head to turn to regard you. And you hear an unsettling crack as she appears to break her own neck. It snaps at a very wrong angle, and once again, we catch a glimpse of the exposed skull side of her face with its empty eye socket. But the side that retains a human expression grins at you, and she simply falls apart. Her body crumples with a clatter of bones and smoke, leaving the kelp with nothing solid to restrain. As the dark smoke coalesces, the bones quickly reassemble themselves, and she produces another one of these sharpened bone blades, extending it from her wrist and slashing at the magic kelp, reducing it to ribbons. She flings a group of smaller bone daggers at you, and a couple of them will catch you in the shoulder and knock you down.
Ouch.
That will be your mixed success in this fight so far, where the two of you just trade harm with each other.
Yeah.
Kiri, you see Raven go down. What do you do?
I can't believe you made her hotter. Wow, I have no thoughts in my brain right now. Because I was picturing the Avatar: The Last Airbender final fight of the restraints coming down with the water. Restraints clearly don't work.
Yeah.
Oh man, could I have a minute?
You put all the lesbians on top of the tower with the hot lady villain.
I know what I'm about, girls.
Why did you do this to us?
Because I'm a smart GM.
Our weakness, a leggy femme.
They're all just falling to their knees.
No!
Step on me.
Okay, so she can just put herself back together then. Kiri, seeing this, is going to try a different version of the restraints that were just attempted, but in a way that encapsulates the bones of this mage's body, freezing them to keep them apart, keep them from rejoining.
Okay. That sounds like you want to trap a monster, so it'll be use magic.
Okay. This time, Kiri needs more water. She pulls the water from the clouds just above, since they're already so high up. And okay, that's a 12.
Nice.
Incredible.
Yes.
You freeze this bone demoness as she reaches forward along, skeletal hand again to like reach towards Raven. You can see her like starting to struggle against this.
And trying to use the expanding nature of water as it freezes to like force those bones apart a little bit.
She is fighting against it, but you have a moment here where you have like paused the leader of this band of demon spawn.
Kiri's going to look to Aidan in this moment and make eye contact. And I think Aidan must have noticed Raven go down with the daggers to her shoulder. And she's going to just give her a nod.
Aidan will slide over next to you, Raven. She is going to use Lay on Hands to get those daggers out.
How much harm was those daggers?
It doesn't matter. Aidan just got a 13.
Amazing.
With your armor reducing what they probably were and then this healing now, I think you're just back up to fine.
Perfect.
She will look to you.
We have to get the dragon out of here. I have an idea. Do you trust me?
Always.
She will take your hand, signal to Windy, and as Windy leaps over, she will catch them, bring them in close, and then wrap an arm around you with all her wings, and the two of you teleport away. The baby dragon, Kiri, you see the tether still attached to it, and it looks around, and with this opening, while the sorceress is sort of frozen and still fighting against your magic, it gives you a glance, and wordlessly its ears like dip back, like it's not sure what to do.
Oh God, I'm not good with kids. Shit.
We see Coraline on the ground, pulling the knife out of her side.
She will look towards the baby dragon, flare her wings with the big scary red eye patterns on them, and will shout as her static form flares in this intimidation display, "Get out of here, kid!" And the baby dragon will shriek and become electricity before vanishing through an antenna here on top of the tower.
Coraline like gets up and like will walk over next to you. She's like,
I'm not good with him either.
Oh, thank God. We need to hang out more. You're great.
The demoness, her head has at least like cracked free of the ice, and you hear her ghostly, echoing voice.
I will dispatch you and follow. There is nowhere my armies cannot.
And her jaw is suddenly sent from her face. It scatters in a bunch of bone fragments, and we just hear Wahoo! And landing from the scaffolding in a like techwear jacket with a long prehensile tail and sort of a spiky haircut, Sun Wukong stands up and holds their phone up and looks back at you and says, I got your text. What's going on?
Damn it, I thought I had good timing. Holy shit.
Coraline has her phone in her hand, and she gives you a glance and says,
In my crew, we have each other's backs. Let's finish this.
Damn. And you see like Kiri kind of tuck her hair a little bit.
Oh my God.
I think having like been attacked by a vicious rival of hers, Bai Kuqing, the demoness, will summon the rest of her bodyguards to her. And they crumple to the ground as she did, and the bones of them start to like form a like massive skeleton armor around her.
Yo, that's so cool.
Mothgirl spits out a bunch of static blood onto the ground and looks over at you, and she says,
Maybe you want to take off the kid gloves for this part.
Don't have to tell me twice. And wait, I just have a question.
Yeah.
This skeleton lady, does she have a tongue?
Not anymore.
I'm sorry, the lesbian thoughts won out.
Asking the real questions.
Just in the back of your head, hear me out.
Is there a chance?
I can fix her.
Okay, so wow, okay. I'd love to cast another sort of spell.
You don't want to become a dragon?
No, not yet.
Okay.
I think what I would love to do is to get tendrils of water into the gaps between the bones and snake it up within her and explode it as a spike of ice up towards her head.
Ooh, I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
Just sounds like kick some ass. You're trying to rend this sorceress.
Let's do it. That's 7 + 3 is 10.
Awesome. As the action kicks off, she takes a big sweeping strike towards the three of you with an enormous skeletal arm. Sun spins their staff around, which you notice is still glamored and looks like an extendable selfie stick. They strike the ground with one end and it suddenly lengthens such that Sun is lifted upwards and flipping through the air. They will strike the demoness from behind as they leap over her attack. Coraline will pick you up and take to the sky as well. As the two of you evade the demoness, you call forth the water from the clouds and mist and rivers and draw it all towards the tower. It spirals in liquid tendrils around and up the full height of this skyscraper, freezing into a jagged latticework of runic shapes like ivy coating the exterior. And as the ice reaches the top, it catches hold of the bone demon and begins to lance through her, breaking apart her bone armor and trapping her in place. As a final spike runs itself entirely through her form, it pierces the dark core of her magic and explodes outward. What is left, as the spray of frozen mist settles, is a dazzling ice sculpture of a flower blossom, and the bone demoness is banished from this place.
Whoa.
Holy shit, that was cool.
We cut away. Raven, you and Aidan arrive. The gold flash in Autumn Falls, just outside Silver Lake. And she will let Windy go. They scamper off and kind of are scanning around, being like, oh, we're here? Huh. It's dusk here now. You guys have been fighting for a little bit, so it's reached sunset here again on the west coast. There's a little mist peeling over the mountain and down onto the lake here as the golden hour light shimmers across its surface. And Aidan looks to you and she says, we're never going to get this thing to settle unless they have somewhere to call home. I think we need it to come to us. And she will dip her hand underneath the silver thread that is still attached to you. And she says, it's been going wherever we tell it to. Let's try and bring it here. And Raven, it is time for big magic.
Oh, good. I'm so excited.
Mm-hmm. All right. Above the table, this is going to be a 5-step ritual. The first thing you need to do is find it. It is now out in the world, presumably bouncing between urban centers, looking for a place to hide and be safe. And before you can do any more magic on it, you're going to need to find this creature. So I would like you to roll use magic, plus your sharp.
I just rolled double 6s.
Let's fucking go. All right.
Oh my god. And my sharp is 3.
How would you like this ritual to start, Raven?
I think both Raven and Aidan are holding on to the silver tether, each with a hand on it, and then also holding each other's hands. And Raven just is remembering the first time they tried this, where Malin was giving her the advice and walking her through it, and just closes her eyes and is searching for the baby. And I think also does that same motion she did the first time, where she's tugging it closer to her. She's trying to find them, but already starting to tug them and encourage them to come to us this time.
You can see and sense through this connection now the baby dragon as it runs and flees. It is searching, searching, searching. It appears in one city and it is day. It appears in another, it is dusk. In another, it is the height of noon. Another, the midnight black of evening. And you are so in tune as its heartbeat pulses through this tether. You can sense wherever it is, you now instinctively have little pings. Rio, Beijing, Sydney, Paris. Around the globe, this dragon is leaping through systems of information and electricity. but wherever it is, you can find it. Aidan squeezes your hand.
I see them. It's gotta be safe for them when they get here.
And I will have Aidan roll to bar a place or portal. The two of you are going to make Autumn Falls a haven free of the demon spawn's influence.
Holy shit. Okay.
Plus Aidan's weird, that is a 13.
Nice.
Aidan's wings manifest, and then her second set manifest as well. Gleaming and bright, a golden aura begins to spread from her feet into the ground. And as you sense her magic doing this, instinctively you draw on the little bit of celestial spark you possess, and silver spreads from your feet down into the ground. It starts to spread across the lake, over the hills and trees and forests of this park towards your home in the town of Autumn Falls. She will remove her hand from where it is placed on top of yours and just sort of cup your cheek, and she says,
Hey, I know this is all happening really fast. I don't know what it's gonna look like, and I know we haven't really talked about this yet, so, I mean...
She's nervously stammering a bit here, but she's acknowledging that you two haven't really had time to talk about what, this is all gonna mean for the both of you.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of a big deal.
It really is.
Raven will just squeeze her hands. We'll figure it out. We always do. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be really good.
And as these lights pulse through Autumn Falls, we will cut briefly away to New York, where we see at the base of a tree in the middle of Times Square, golden portal opens, and Maylin, you stumble out here in New York.
Hey, down here.
She kind of glides over to you. They look so disheveled. They do not look nearly as pristine as she looked upon first meeting her at the party.
Damn, you look badass.
Agreed. You look frighteningly fierce, darling.
She waves her hand. Thank you very much. Please don't look at me. I look disgusting.
No, you look good.
Thank you, Paul. I appreciate that. She blushes a little bit.
Yeah.
And then looks down at her clothes again and just steps behind Paul. And when she comes back out, she's basically summoned a little cloud to rinse her of all the disgusting filth that's on her. So she looks better when she comes back out.
Yep.
Anyway, what did I miss? How did it go? Do we have the little one, or?
We see Jay's draconic form land on the ground. As his front two legs hit the pavement, he starts to glow golden. And as the back half of him catches up, what steps forward is his human form. And he rushes up to you and says, Maylin, we just got things under control here. Where's everyone else?
I don't know. I got caught up in Nairobi. We found the little one, and then one of those greed lords creatures, a minion, got to us. I dispatched him, but everyone left me.
Have they called?
Paul, I think you and I both know that they have not.
They don't call.
Never. They don't call you either?
Well, I don't have a cell phone, so it's only my own fault.
Oh, well, have you thought about a little burner phone, or maybe can a sparrow bring you messages? Maybe one you trust?
I've tried. They're all flakes.
Agent Ross speaks up and interrupts this, and she says,
Brightwood and Eugenia's signals just popped up in Autumn Falls. Maybe you all should try to catch up with them.
Oh, it went home.
Jay will nod to the white-haired agent, and he says, Thank you, agents. If you don't mind, can this be off the record? And Max Spiegel runs a hand through his hair and says, I know we only met the one time, but off the record is our middle name. Good luck, y'all. Jay will grin and nod and look to Lark and say, We should get there as soon as possible. Lark nods, and he slices down with his emerald sword, and another haven opening appears, and he says, Okay, stay close. I know I probably don't have to tell you all, but it's easy to get separated doing this. And he'll leap into the haven and lead you all on, I know, Maylin, another escapade through the haven portals to try and get to Autumn Falls as quick as he can.
She pulls up the rear, and upon entering the first time is but realizing that she's going to go see something very cute happen, I feel like she just kind of picks up pace after a minute of pouting.
I don't think Paul lets Maylin go last. A gentleman, whatever, you go first.
She bows again and has a little blush as she kicks up her walking speed.
Paul, Babe, Maylin, Lark, Jay, and Silverheart, all 6 of you step into the havens through the portal in this new tree, and it closes behind you, leaving Agents Ross and Spiegel to handle damage control for this battle. We cut back to Mexico City. Zell, infernal fire blazes in the park now as you take cover amongst the trees that are choked with thick smoke as a little carrot. Ray Ray, on the ground, things are heating up to an uncomfortable degree, even with your affinity for warmth. What's your plan?
I'm going to try and use my preternatural speed to kind of like flit through the trees as best I can and lose it just long enough to circle around through the canopy and get above it. And if I'm able to successfully do so, I'm going to just tuck my wings and then go into a dive straight for one of its necks. And I'm going to shapeshift back into my dragon form midway through and try and go for just a natural attack. Just full on
bite attack?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like it. Go ahead and roll kick some ass.
Wow. It's a 5.
No!
Is there a way I can help out?
You can certainly help out. Is your help out advanced?
It is, in fact, advanced.
Ooh, let's have Ray Ray roll help out.
That is that's a 10.
Oof. Let's see. Because that will get you to a 6, Zell, which is not enough. However, pretty sure no one has used their luck point this session.
We had a luck point this whole time?
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
I'll totally use my luck point to make both of those a 12.
That would be great.
Sure. Ray Ray, how do you help out Zell as she rises above the smoke and starts her dive towards the Cerberus?
I think I grab a bottle of hot sauce that fell off the taco truck and squirt it all over this hellhound to sort of mask the shit taste that it's got, and then I bite down hard, dig my heels in, and just try to lock this thing down so it can't dodge whatever she's about to do.
Perfect. With your unholy, dare I say, freakish strength, you wrestle this giant hound and have it pinned down for a moment. Zell, you've got a stationary target now.
That helps a ton.
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I use my teeth, which says it's 3 harm, and the extra thing I took is that I ignore armor. And then I'm not 100% sure if this counts. I also have smite.
Mm-hmm.
Your body and divine weapon always count as a weakness against the monsters you fight. Unarmed attacks are 2 harm, intimate, hand, messy. Is that a replacement or is that on top of?
No, it's on top of.
Oh shit, okay. So in that case, it's 5 harm and then I ignore armor?
Yes, and I will say with Ray Ray's 12 on a help out, I will give you the option to advance this kick some ass roll and double that to a 10.
Nice. Okay, sounds good. I will start to like corkscrew down towards it in serpentine form and manipulate the wind around me to form a blade of air.
As you draw the air towards you and condense it into this whirring, high-pressure, cutting wind, I think you also rob the fires that have been set all across this park of the oxygen they need to keep burning. So you form this weapon and extinguish all the fires here in one move. As you strike into this monster, your fangs sink into its brittle charcoal body, and you swing down with your tail and this scintillating wind knife to behead all 3 of the Cerberus heads in a single strike. With this death blow, the whole body of this hellhound instantly loses its fiery essence and begins to crumble into more chunks of charcoal that disintegrate into smoke and are swept away by the strong wind your wings create.
Hell yeah.
Believe it or not, this ain't the biggest hot dog I've taken down.
You and Ray Ray have finished off this creature, and as the smoke clears, we see a golden rift appear on the path, and Lark steps out of it, everyone else sort of poking their head out. Ah, geez, we must be chasing echoes. Hey, Ray Ray, you guys good?
Yeah, I think so.
You want to get out of here?
Can we make one pit stop real quick?
The Carnita's cart person wheels their cart over and just hands you whatever they have. Gracias, senor. Thank you for saving the park.
I love Mexico so much.
If you shift back to your human form, Zell, Jay will take your hand. Zell, are you all right?
I am. Did we find the child?
Nearly. I think our sisters have lured it home.
Okay. And I just turn around and I go, Ray Ray, get me a horchata. And then I turn and enter the portal.
The food cart man will make a horchata and hand it to you, Ray Ray. Thank you again, amigo.
I will tell the story of Hombre Cocodrilo and his mighty magic. Thank you. Thank you so much.
A single tear. You follow everyone else into the portal, Ray Ray, and it closes once again. And we will cut back over to Shanghai. Kiri, you're here with the Moth Girl and the Short King, Sun Wukong.
Is the battle resolved at this point?
Yeah, the demoness has been destroyed by your ice magic. You and your allies have dealt with the danger here.
We make a good team, don't we?
Yeah, not bad. Ugh.
Coraline falters in the air and descends quickly. She sets you down as gently as she can, but then collapses onto the ice. Her cryptid form is replaced by her human glamour, and she winces, clutching the wound in her side.
Shit. Oh, hang on. I'm just gonna lay on hands real fast to help heal her.
Sure, yeah. Roll plus weird.
13.
Great, yeah. You can heal the dagger wound enough that she's stabilized.
Nice.
Sun swings down from the crane arm they had scaled, and they will help Coraline stand up. Looks like you didn't really need my help after all.
Nah, you added flair.
Corey grins and shoots a glance between you and Sun.
Well, I kinda also promised to introduce you two. Sun, this is Kiri.
Yo. And she's going to pop some finger guns like a total loser.
Sun gives an awkward but genuine smile and can't help but laugh a little. Yo. Nice to meet you, Carrie. I'm Sun. They shrink their staff and slip it into a pocket, zip up their jacket so the collar does that anime thing where it covers up the lower half of their face, and start to head towards the edge of the building. They give a little wave and call back over their shoulder. Now you owe me one, Corey. Take care. And they leap off the edge, only for a moment later to reappear, riding a little cumulus cloud. They wink at you, Kiri, and they say, "Add me," and speed away.
Sun chasing clouds. Pretty cool.
Moth Girl will elbow you gently.
Told you you'd like them.
Damn it.
Are you always this right?
Generally.
And she will ease herself down to sit on the rooftop's edge.
Well, what now?
Coraline looks up at the sun rising here. She runs a hand through her hair, and her body language starts to close off.
I think this is where I get off the ride. I get the feeling those two are about to work something big out, and I think it's their moment, you know? They don't need me around for what comes next. It'd just be better for me to skip it. No sense opening wounds that don't need to be.
And you realize Coraline is likely not talking about the wound that you just healed, Kiri.
Trust me, Coraline, I know what you mean.
Still, not my place to say what you should do. It is your sibling we've been chasing. I'll probably catch a red-eye back to Portland. I'll get you a ticket if you wanted to come with.
I think I've still got words I want to say to them, but I want to see more of you. I'll take a rain check.
Dragons.
Coraline grins and playfully rolls her eyes.
I'll see you later then.
And her wings will reappear, and she will stand, taking in the skyline and sunrise once more.
I get why you like this place.
And she will step off and soar away.
Kiri is just gonna internally monologue to herself like, oh God, am I Polly?
You can open a portal to the Havens the same as any other dragon and get yourself back to wherever you think everyone is.
I think I'd like to do that.
What does your portal look like? How do you get into the Havens from here?
I think in just one of the sheets of thin ice that had formed on the platform. It's going to just use the thin reflection of the water, and the edges of the puddle are going to glow a light blue, and the edges will start to peel back and reveal a new place.
You step in and vanish from this place. Raven, we see and approach where you are on Silver Lake from an aerial shot and see that this gold and silver magic has extended out to the town limits as we see it pulse and spread and wrap over the sign that reads Autumn Falls, not quite ordinary. And as we rapidly approach and descend down to where you two are, you know that as a spirit summoner, you kind of have to know a creature's name in order to summon it and bind with it. That's why Windy is your familiar. You named them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why all of your tarot cards allow you to summon the spirit bound to them, because each card has a name when you draw it. I will have you roll Use Magic again to communicate with something that does not share your language.
Okay. That's a 10.
You blink, and suddenly it is not Aidan in front of you, holding your hand, but a figure with a mantle of leaves and grasses and a bark mask with 2 eyes and golden light behind them, and a trailing train of more florals as you stare at the spirit of the earth. And we cut and see from Aidan's perspective that the spirit of the earth has taken your place. The two of you are now communing separately, but at the same time.
Have I met her before?
Yeah, you've had interactions.
Okay.
They've been very brief.
Yeah. I don't think Raven speaks first.
Mm-hmm.
They've interacted before, but there's just this sense of awe and respect, you know? And so she will wait until they speak first.
The spirit of the earth will say in their voice, which has the sounds of a flowing river and a rainstorm and wind rustling through foliage mixed amongst it, "What an auspicious day."
Yeah, auspicious is a good word for it.
We cut to Aidan's perspective.
Hi, Mom. What the heck?
These are two very different conversations.
Yeah. The spirit of the earth's shoulders gently shake as she can't help but laugh for a moment at Aidan's exasperated question. But she regards Aidan and says,
Did you think I would only ever give you one gift, First Light?
And that does it. Aidan doesn't get a lot of chances to talk to their mom, and so she immediately gets kind of emotional. But we will cut back to your perspective, Raven, and the spirit is saying,
You seem to know what it is you must do. Can I offer any answers in this moment?
I feel like I have so many questions, I don't know where to start. What do we do once they're here?
That decision remains yours to make. This dragon is a rare surprise, but no spirits of this world are accidents. Humans have always brought change to my world, and now magic suffuses their cities in a way it has not for ages. It is fortuitous that the love you and the First Light have for one another could serve as the catalyst to bring this dragon's spark into the world. I am confident that you and the First Light would be exceptional and loving guardians for this newest of my children. I can think of none better suited to care for this new dragon than the celestial guardian of humanity and the person she trusts most to watch over her heart.
We cut to Aidan's perspective as the spirit is in the middle of giving her a similar explanation.
The birth of this dragon was inevitable. After the events of the Revelation, the cities of this world need a draconic guardian. I am grateful that their first moments could be connected to you and Raven.
Aidan's head drops as the spirit's words settle and she does her best to process.
Mom, I haven't even gotten things right with the first kid. What do you see in me that you keep doing this?
She looks up at the spirit, desperate for an answer that doesn't create a dozen new questions. They raise a hand, wreathed in ivy, and brush some of the hair from her face in a very tender gesture.
Because you are deserving of love, First Light. You have done and can do nothing to earn or deserve this. It is simply a gift.
I think at this point, Raven's just like, so we're parents?
If you would like to be. That bond is something you will need to choose. As with any gift, you need not accept if it does not bring you joy.
I think there's an immediate look of relief on her face. She's here willingly and she's excited, but there was still this kind of feeling of like this is all happening to her.
Mm-hmm.
And so hearing it from the most trustworthy source possible saying like, you're not being forced into this, you can choose to not do it.
Yeah.
That's all she needed to hear.
That's essentially what she's trying to say in terms of like,
yes,
you are not this creature's parents yet. Yes, I used the spell you made to give it an opening to enter the world.
Mm-hmm.
But like the spirit of the earth is assuaging the worry that perhaps you guys had magic sex and created a dragon kid.
Yes.
This dragon is in the world because the world needs it,
mm-hmm.
not because of some accident or magical mistake.
Yeah.
But what you choose to do from here is entirely up to you and Aidan.
That's exactly what she needed to hear. She's still holding the spirit's hands, right? The way she was holding with Aidan.
Mm-hmm.
I think she kind of squeezes their hands a little bit and kind of looks a little like sheepish and is like, do you have any advice for a first-time parent, guardian? No pressure. I'm just asking the spirit of the earth.
Yeah, I know. Oh God, what is the spirit of the earth say about parentage? Mother Earth, what does she say? She says, every creature that draws breath in this world, I have chosen to love. I have given of myself so that they might experience the beauty of this world. I think that is the calling of every parent, to give and to love so that others can join in our joy.
I think Raven really lets that sink in and ponders on it for a while and then just starts nodding to herself like, okay, thank you. Yeah, okay.
Psyching yourself up?
Yeah.
If we cut back to like Aidan's perspective, I think she's just like letting the tears flow and like the spirit of the earth has placed a hand on her cheek. And she says, I did not make you to be perfect, First Light. I made you because I desired your life and what it would mean for those you chose to love.
Thanks, Mom. I think I'm ready.
I think I'm ready.
The spirit of the earth nods.
Every dragon which enters this world does so with a name. You already know hers.
You are back in Autumn Falls. You are holding Aidan's hands. She is tearful but smiling. It is time for step 4 of this ritual. A tear of golden light appears a little ways off in the park, and our other group of heroes step out. Fortunately, Lark is here, and he says, oh, we made it. We did it. We're good. And a tear appears in the lake, and Kiri, you arrive here as well. We cut to Aidan and Raven. It is time to summon the creature.
Raven will look at Aidan and squeeze her hands and call out into Autumn Falls. Neovarus Arcanescity.
A beacon of gold and silver rises into the sky, and you feel it traveling through the tether as this twisted band of your magics reach out into the world. And you sense this young dragon as it runs and runs and runs and then senses home, safety. It appears on the surface of the lake, its hooves crackling, stepping on the surface as though it weighed nothing at all. All of you see this. The two of them have called this wild and young spirit to them.
I think Paul steadies Babe if she's startled at all by the dragon's arrival, but he can tell something bigger than what he's used to is happening in this moment and in this place.
Silverheart has a stunned hand over his mouth and is staring wide-eyed at the waves of gold and silver magic spreading through the landscape, literally creating a new haven that the demonlords will not be able to access or affect, and tears of disbelief form at the corners of his eyes.
Malin is just silently sobbing.
Oh.
Crying her eyes out, looking on with like so much pride. And I think she wiggles her fingers very discreetly and sends like little rainbows to like leap out of the air.
Nice. A shimmer of color and sparkle spreads through this place.
I think that Zell is standing just to Malin's left, looking on, staring up at the rainbows, and then also extremely loudly sucking on the last couple drops of her horchata. Like, and that's sort of like through a straw, just like the knock it off already. It's already done sort of way.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
And curious, on the right of Maylin, and for the first time in her life, she's quiet and still.
We see Lark put an arm around Jay, who is beaming and says, mostly to Lark, but sort of under his breath to the whole group of you, I knew they could do it. There is the final step of this ritual, Raven, to do a thing beyond human limitations. Technically speaking, you and Aidan cannot have a kid.
Fair. For many reasons.
But magically, as the final step of this big magic ritual, you can decide to become Neo Varys' moms.
Yeah, I think Raven will look at Aidan and then let go of one of her hands so they can both turn to face Neovarys. I think Raven will just crouch down, arms out welcoming, and like gesture for them to run to them.
Aidan will mirror this and give your hand a squeeze as the two of you look out at this creature who glances around at the lake and then sees the two of you and begins to walk on the surface of the water, and then a trot, and then a gallop, and then a sprint. And she runs forward and leaps from the water's edge onto the grass, running up this hill towards the two of you at full speed. And as it makes one final leap, there is a flash of silver with a touch of gold as this creature transforms. And we see a small 6 to 8-year-old girl wearing a white zip-up hoodie, a pastel pink skirt, and some light gray leggings with white sneakers. She has wavy brown hair and a small pair of white horns that poke through her hair and curve back with a couple of tines on them. She has a long, thin tail covered in short white fur that ends in a burst of gray and white feathers. And she lands in a hug between the two of you.
They absolutely catch her and hold her.
The magic subsides, and what is left is the silent sound of the breeze on the water's surface. Welcome home, Neo.
We're so happy to have you here.
She looks up at the two of you and she says, I'm very tired. Thanks for finding me.
Thanks for coming home.
Dragons, your newest sibling has arrived.
Yay!
Got a baby sister!
The second it seems appropriate, Maylin rushes.
Oh, yeah.
Just like rushes and grabs everybody in a giant squeeze and gives way too many kisses.
Ray is teary-eyed eating a taco.
Just arms full of tacos.
They're gonna have one hell of an electric bill.
Shit, that's true.
I think we see Wendy sitting beside you, holding a little takeaway carton of elote corn. They're just nodding solemnly with their little rapiers.
I'm no longer the baby. Yeah, if anyone else joins this hug, I feel like once Maylin joins, they're like, all right, everybody, get in here.
Yep.
This is a group hug now.
Lark rushes over, so does Jay.
This is Neo.
Hi, little one.
Hello, Neo.
Hey, Neo.
Neo gives a very shy wave and a barely audible hi before she steps a little behind Raven and just hugs her leg while peeking out around it.
I think Maylin crouches down to try and seem less like tall and potentially scary, but she looks up at Aidan. A new light for a new age.
Let's hold off on the titles for now. She's still very new.
That's a good point. She's still full of surprises, I'm sure.
Lark looks to you, Raven, and says, Mom is gonna freak out.
You gotta let me tell her. She'll be so mad if she hears it from you. What am I gonna tell her? Of all of the Eugenias, I was the last one she needed to worry about having kids.
I might have had you beat there. Dragon boyfriend and all.
It's fine. You know, they've been so cool about everything else. If she needs to freak out about this one, she's allowed.
Our lives are already pretty unbelievable. I think she might take it okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, freak out like she'll want to throw a party.
Oh, for sure. I mean, she's going to be over like every day now.
Oh, boy.
You might want to move. Aidan taps the ground and there's like a gold sparkle and she's like, not for a while, Lark.
Do you know how much work this was to do all this? We are staying here. You up for babysitting?
I have a wedding to plan, so...
Ooh.
We'll figure it out.
Well, y'all, thanks for having me. Glad I could be a part of your family retreat here. You're all welcome down to Florida anytime you want. We're all welcome down there.
Ray, please make sure that you get in touch with me, okay? We need to talk. Dragon lessons and that.
Absolutely. Now that I know how planes work, I want to use them a lot more because that was awesome.
Aidan comes over and she'll give you a big hug, Ray, and she says, I definitely want to come visit. Your mom meant a lot to me, and it's great seeing her legacy live on.
I appreciate it, Aidan. She meant a lot to everybody.
For sure.
Maybe we'll come see you soon.
Please do. Paul, it was good meeting you, my friend.
It's good to meet you too as well, Ray. You know, shoot a flare, send a carrier pigeon. We'll find it.
I'm starting to accept I'm never going to see you again, but...
We will make it happen. Don't you worry, Ray. I'll walk down to Florida sometime.
If you're in Golicochka, come find me and Kev. We're over at the retreat.
Yes, sir.
I think Raven had kind of stood up and was talking to Lark, and then leaving Neo with Aidan and Maylin, wanders over to Kiri if they're standing nearby.
What are you up to, Kiri?
I think Kiri is waiting for a moment of quiet once everyone else has said what they need to say. So, as Kiri sees you approaching her, she suddenly takes on this demeanor that you haven't really seen her embody before. It's this awkward, fumbling, hands in her pockets, kind of not really sure what to say posture that she's taking on. And she struggles to meet your eyes as she stammers out. You know, there was a tiny piece of me that was maybe a little bit bitter about the idea of even showing up to dinner. But then I met you, and that piece of me disappeared when I saw how you two look out for each other, how you've built a life together, built something bigger than yourselves. I've never seen her that happy, that bright. And she kind of rolls her shoulders a little bit forward. You know, she told me, that cherries were your favorite. And I don't know if this autumn around you all is perpetual, but cherries only grow in the summer. You see Kiri take a step back, and suddenly, for the first time in a long, long time, you see her begin to transform into her dragon self once more. And you see as the color of her skin morphs into these inky black scales, almost like looking into a river when it's dark and you can't quite see the bottom. It's like looking into ink itself. And where the black and gunmetal grays trail down her body as she turns into this long serpentine dragon, you see that the bright blue scales that dot her back, they lead up towards her face, where there is a large scar along her jaw where the inky black gives way to clear blue, where you know that she's been once deeply hurt before. And this is a form that not a lot of people have even seen, because she doesn't really take it on ever. Only really when she's alone. Only at the top of very high towers at hours when no one else is awake. And she bends back and she plucks a little scale from her hip and she offers it over, saying, grind this up, mix it with some water. It'll grow anything. Anything your new little spark might want to eat. Even cherry trees. Welcome to the family.
Raven definitely, eyes welling up with tears, takes the scale in her hands, and then just like steps forward and hugs Kiri. Just whatever part of the dragon form is accessible to her.
Kiri stands up on her hind legs and brings her up and gives her a really tight hug.
I'm so glad you came to dinner. I'm so glad to meet you.
I'm so glad I met you too.
And she'll squeeze you with your tiny human strength.
You are like 60 feet above the ground, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Squeezing out of like, oh, sweet hug, and also like, oh, God.
Yes.
Worth it.
Mm-hmm.
That was so sweet. She's so honored. I think the whole time Kiri was transforming, Raven was just like slack-jawed, like, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Aww.
So hopefully that made Kiri feel a little less self-conscious about it.
Aiden's sticking close to Neo and the group, but she sees this interaction between you two and smiles. Then she turns to Paul.
Paul at this point has let Babe go off to graze and has been kind of quietly taking in the lake and the mountain here.
What do you think? Pretty good cookout?
Yeah, the best. Thanks for having me over. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I have been keeping to myself a little bit too much. Probably good to be around other folk more often.
Aiden nods. Neo tugs on her sleeve a little, and Aiden crouches down to be eye level with her.
Hey, what do you need?
Neo, who's still feeling pretty shy, nudges a little rock with her foot and avoids direct eye contact. She says,
I'm kinda hungry.
and Aiden will smile and gently pull her into a hug as she says,
We can take care of that. There's 7-layer trifle back at the house.
and I hope you like it.
It's a Eugenia special.
She is a Eugenia Brightwood, after all.
That's right.
We've decided we're hyphenating. And like with a name that long, who cares if you're adding 2 more at the end?
Yeah, we will have our camera pan away up and over the town of Autumn Falls, the new haven for Neoveris, Arcanicity, Eugenia Brightwood. I think that's where we'll end our session.
Goodness.
Oh, that was so fun.
What a session.
Wow.
Beautiful story. Beautiful.
Thanks, everyone, for being guests in this special arc. What an absolute gift this was.
What a game-changing arc.
I know. Crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm emotionally spent, but we have to sign off and thank all of our guests for being here. Let's tell everyone where they can find you on the internet, and we'll wrap this up. Johnny, would you start us off?
I have been Johnny Stanton playing Paul Bunyan. You can find me on all socials at Johnny Stanton IV. That's Johnny Stanton the Fourth. Loved being on the show. Really appreciate you guys.
I cannot say enough about how perfect your characterization of Paul was. He was sweet, a little bit weird, and full of heart. I'm so happy you got to join us and take over that role.
It was perfect.
Thank you, everybody.
I'm Ryan with the podcast Shrimp and Crits. We release on every other Monday, and you can find me mostly on Instagram at Sir_Stroud.
Thanks, Ryan. Ray is such a treat to have along for this adventure.
A delight.
The perfect level of badass and comedy relief.
I am so very stoked I got to hang out. Be my boy again.
Let's finish out with our dragons from youngest to oldest. So, Fariha, you're up.
Hey, I'm Fariha. You can find me on YouTube and primarily on Twitch at Fariha. That's Fareeha. And then on every other platform, it's Ask Fariha with ASK at the front of that. But I do play a lot of TTRPGs. I also do a bunch of cosplay and fitness content. I just got certified as personal trainer. And so, yeah, thank you so much for having us. That was so much fun.
Woo! Hi, my name is Diana Faye, also known as Diana of the Rose. I am a content creator that mostly does a lot of tabletop stuff and also just kind of fucks around. It's a lot of, depending on where you're at, 2 a.m. shit posts on Threads and Blue Sky and things like that. And then also I am a Twitch partner, so I stream as well. TikToker, I am on Instagram as well to a pretty heavy degree. Quite literally, anywhere that you get your content, I'm doing something there. And chances are it's different from everywhere else. So follow me at Diana the Rose, anywhere that you're curious.
I have been Maylin. My name is Candace, also known as Candace the Magnificent. You can find me at the Candace Marie on Blue Sky and at Candace the Magnificent everywhere else. I am a voice actor and a TTRPG performer, both of those things pretty much full time. You can hear more of me in the podcast Partial Veil, as well as the AP's Frequencies, Bloom and Blight, and Three Black Halflings' new AP, City of the Black Rose, Herald of Shadows. Thank you so much for having me. This has been amazing. I've never played a dragon before, and now I think I'm going to have to make a habit.
Yeah.
Oh, you killed it.
You wear it well.
Thank you.
Thank you to all of our guests. It has been an absolute pleasure running for you and with you and letting you contribute to this. This is a very important arc and very special for the season, and me playing Aidan and Brittany playing Raven. Brittany, let's tell anyone who's here because they follow our guests all about us.
I'm Brittany. I am a cast member on the Storyteller Squad. You can find me on Instagram mostly at Blue Electra Brittany, and you can find us at conventions sometimes. Mostly the PAXs, but also other tabletop stuff. We have a booth, we have cool merch, and you can see our smiling faces and say hello.
Thank you for joining us, adventurers. I am Natalie Fuinia. I have been Aidan and your keeper of monsters and mysteries. And if you enjoyed this story and joined us just for the two-parter, gosh, I hope you stick around or go back and catch up. We would love to have you for more of our queer, lo-fi autumnal adventure. So until then, we will see you next time.
And if these were the only 2 episodes you've listened to, what a doozy.
Real talk.
Seriously. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye now.